Episode 29 already. Holy crap.
Can you believe that shit? I listened to
That's nuts.
I listened to episode 5 earlier today. Man, we were so green back then.
Everyone is, dude.
And I was like, you carried that show, though, dude. You really handled yourself well. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Nah.
We were a bunch of noobs at the
perfection. Yeah, I agree.
And Hazel was on vacation. It was me and Easy. So yeah, Hazel will get the full Elmer Fudd experience tonight.
Oh yeah.
Guardian down.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 29 of Guardian Downcast. We're a couple of dads that talk about all things in the Destiny universe and discuss other things in gaming and entertainment as well. I'm your host, The Gator, and my co-host Hazel is here as well this week. How you doing, man? How's your week gone?
It was going all right. Tuesday, my dog got sick, so that was a nice trip to the vet, and they were like, "Yeah, it'll be quick."
Man,
I ended up being out the whole day.
Your whole house has been sick, man.
No shit, man. No shit.
Wow.
But yeah, this has not been a good year so far. So, here's hoping that next week turns a corner.
There you go.
No idea what the hell that corner is going to be, but I hope it's not off a cliff.
I hear you, man.
But yeah, how about you, man?
Yeah, been good. I just been steady investing in Imperium Foundation this week. Looks like I'm in third place in our Discord now. But holy crap, Quack over the Barely ADS, he's got like 51,000 fractaline invested. I don't know how he's doing it. I don't know where he's getting all this money. I want to know his secret. Anyway, hey guys, just wanted to mention, introduce our guest of the show tonight. He's a gamer, a dad, a content creator, community member, and I gotta say, my favorite character, sorry Hazel, our friend Elmer Fudd. How you doing?
Oh shit. Hello, the Gator. I'm doing wonderful.
Good, man, good. Well, hey, just a quick overview of tonight's show. We're going to catch up with Mr. Fudd here. We're going to see what's going on in his life, and we're also going to test his Twitch reflexes with our new and improved fast fire session we call the speed run.
I'm excited.
He's getting his rematch. Next, we're going to catch up on the last week in entertainment and gaming. Hazel's going to go over the TWAB this week. And then we're going to discuss the new Imperium Foundation and the community challenge. And then finally, we'll answer Twitter and Discord questions from our community and add 2 songs each from everyone here for our Guardian Downcast playlist on Spotify and now iTunes. Gents, let's do this.
I'm down.
All right. Well, hey, Mr. Fudd.
Oh.
How you been, man? This is a question I've been wanting to ask you for a while. I haven't been talking to you for a while. I mean, it was episode 5. In fact, Hazel wasn't even here. It was me and Easy at the time. Is back in I think August. That we had talked with you, and gosh, I realized how green we were doing that podcast back then. And Hazel wasn't even here to experience it. So I'm kind of glad he's here tonight. So
I'm kind of glad too.
So how you been, man? How's life treating you, brother?
Life's treating me all right now. It's still a little crazy with work and whatnot and kids and everything, but that's regular adult shit, But
yeah,
other than that, no, life's going great. I'm a happy man.
I remember I texted you.
Guys, so
I was texting you the other night just to remind you, put your songs in, all that garbage, and you said, "Sorry, I didn't get back to you right away. I was driving through a snowstorm or a blizzard." I'm like, "Holy shit, man! A blizzard." Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it. You're good, man.
That's great. Yeah, we had a family reunion over in Utah, and I'm in Colorado, so stayed away. And so we drove through the Rockies, and it's a nice, really pretty drive, unless it's whiteout blizzard conditions, then it sucks.
Wow.
Yeah, we got stopped at the Eisenhower Tunnel for like 2 hours in standstill traffic because they had to force an avalanche to make sure no one died.
Oh my God.
So we had to wait for them to clean that up. And then we got past that and went through a pass where the wind picked up with the blizzard, and you couldn't see the road, you couldn't see the car in front of you, and we're just like, hopefully this is the right way. Just start driving.
This is so foreign to me, man.
All of a sudden you'd be driving and there'd just be headlights next to you.
God.
And you just were like, all right, we happen to not hit each other. This is amazing.
Oh my God.
The snowplow blade went like inches past my face. I was like, okay, this is really good.
This is crazy.
Oh my God. I was like, this is not worth it. And it's worse because I got my kids in the back. So I'm like, this would be one thing for just me to do this, but I'm freaking out because my kids are here.
Oh my God.
Dude. Oh, dude.
So I was like, don't worry about it, dude. You text me when you get home in the nice warm, when you get into the nice warm house. Don't worry about it right now. Holy shit. Oh God.
Yeah, I will not soon forget that one.
Oh my God.
When a 6-hour drive takes 12, you're like, oh, I hate the world.
Oh my God. I mean, I was up there in July, and I remember half of the park was closed because it was still iced up.
Oh yeah. Oh, I believe it.
Like, that's crazy, man. It's July. What the hell?
They live by different rules up in the mountains.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, let me ask you this. Have you been playing any Destiny this season, or did you take a break like Mr. Hazelnut here did, or what you been doing in the gaming?
Hazel,
we've
really?
been playing.
Hazel,
yeah.
You've been taking a break? I can't believe it. You never... I'm taking a break right now, too, yeah.
Dad, don't punish him too badly.
I'm sorry. Sorry, everybody. But no, it's one of those things like I know the game's great, but when I started my podcast, Just Some Guardians, I felt like I had to play it all the time.
Right.
And so I just burned myself out, honestly. And so it was just like I missed a lot of games that came out because I was like, I have a podcast, so I have to only play this game. And I've always been someone that plays a lot of games at the same time. This is just finally got to the point where I'm like, okay, I have to take a break and just play all these other games that came out. So that's kind of what I'm in the middle of doing right now.
Well, speaking of which, what are you playing now?
Just Destiny.
Son of a bitch. Touche,
No,
sir. Touche. I'm sorry. Did you want to say something, Hazel?
Just the setup was immaculate.
Oh, I was waiting. I was waiting for fuck's sake.
No, it's not a good setup because that's actually what happened. But no, I've been playing. I'm trying to get back into World of Warcraft again. Got a couple friends trying that out for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Sea of Thieves. I finally got to try that game. I've been wanting to do that forever. I'm back into Apex Legends. I'm playing Modern Warfare. I've got Arma 3 going on.
Wow.
Way too much stuff,
dude. I thought Easy played a lot. That's crazy, man. There's a lot of games all at once. My mind just can't. It has to focus on one game. And if I play another game that night, that's it. I have to play that game, and then I'm done. And then the next day I'll reset. It's hard for me to do all these different games at different times. It's
hard for me to do the opposite, and that's why I'm where I am now because I forced myself to do that with Destiny, and I was like, that's not how I play games.
Wow. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite right now?
Just your heartstrings, you know.
I thought you were going to say Destiny again, and I was going to be like,
for fuck's sake.
For fuck's sake. Man, right? No, it's just everything just feels really good right now. Season 4 of Apex recently launched this last week, I think it was. That's kind of where I'm sitting right now because it feels really good. So I think that's probably my favorite currently.
It's been a while since I played Apex. Is it? What's changed over the seasons? Is it pretty much? I know they had the solos when we talked last. They started the solos.
That's right. Yeah. Well, it's on a whole new map now, and then that map's been totally changed now. And
really,
there's a couple more legends since we last talked, and new guns, and
oh, nice.
Oh yeah, a lot of changes.
I always liked that game, and because Zampella and those guys made it. It felt very much like a Call of Duty game. That's why I liked it.
Yeah, it's really smooth.
The feel and the weapons and everything seemed very much like right out of Call of Duty. So
yeah, you definitely notice when you switch to like a different game after playing Apex for a while,
right?
Because just like the movement and the shooting and everything, like there's not a lot of games that feel that smooth, and so you definitely notice, especially like what was it? Halo Reach came out for the PC.
Oh, okay.
And like. Trying to play that because I loved Halo Reach back in the day. That was my jam. And I was like, sweet, this is going to be amazing. And I was playing, I'm like, dude, these people take forever to die. I feel so slow. I can't move. Gaming's come a long way. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Nice. Have you been playing any Destiny?
No, just, well, I've been playing, scrolling through Twitter and enjoying that every day.
Twitter, Destiny via osmosis.
Yeah. Destiny Twitter is very entertaining at all times.
It is, and I was watching Lono's. He was on Twitch, and he was meaning they were down for maintenance, and don't get me started on that. A lot of maintenance this week, and we'll talk about it when we talk about the TWAB. But Lono was like, "Well, there's nothing else to do, so let's read mean tweets." And so he went, Destiny's putting up on their, Destiny the Games tweeting, sorry, we're going to be down a little longer. And you should see the creativity of our folks out there. On the Twittersville. It's crazy. But hey, you mentioned Just Some Guardians. Let me ask you, what's the latest on that? Are you taking a hiatus for a little bit, or you just what's the deal with that, with Just Some Guardians?
So Gunbait joined the show and just fucked it all up.
Oh man!
So we had to shut her down.
You're gonna beat out. All right, fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gunbait.
We'll just leave it at.
He sounds like a nice guy to me.
He's incredible. He's one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life, honestly. But no, it's just I had a lot of computer issues, and we lost some episodes, and then it took a while for me to get everything back in order. Mm-hmm. So it was one of those we took a month break. And then during that break, I realized how much time I spent doing stuff for the show instead of other stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, I need to reprioritize some things here. And so it's kind of it's become a hiatus. So we have we paid for everything for another year and whatnot. So we might come back to it. But kind of right now we're all right, we all need to spend more time doing other stuff right now. So we put a lot of stuff into that show.
Yeah, you did. And you're going to be like a Gamer Score radio podcast, just every now and then.
Well, I mean, do they really even now and then?
You know what? Hazel, can you remember the last GSR podcast? I'm trying to remember the last one.
I don't know. I think it was done before I hit puberty.
Yeah. Is it so much a now and then, or is it more of a when podcast,
Hey, at least Distinguished Gentleman came out with one recently. I thought that was nice.
That's true.
I think if they came out with one every season of Destiny, that would be awesome. So just to hear their take on it and just to hear all the guys again,
Oh, yeah, that's the reunion tour, yeah.
I agree, Fudd. It's really weird. I was just doing the show with Drafty last week, and I was already looking ahead. It was already Monday. I'm like, holy crap, I got to already come up with show notes. I need to start a group DM. I need to do... Yeah, it does, man. I do realize that this podcast does. It's part of your life now. And,
yeah, well, and it helps. I know you've got, the older kids and whatnot, but I've got a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
And so that was just I was like, man, I'm sorry, I can't do that with you right now. I got to edit the podcast. Sorry, I got to put this together. All right, you got to put yourself to bed tonight because I got to go do this. It's once I realized I wasn't doing that, I was like, where'd all this time suddenly? Oh, I was using that time. Shit. Yeah. So just one of those things.
Yeah, definitely more demand on your time when they're younger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How are your kids doing, man?
They're great. They're playing Destiny. So
I saw that. I saw that pic of you and your daughter in the pool. That was a great pic, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah, that was the few nice moments we had on that trip from where the driving was from hell.
Fair. Oh, okay, I got you. In Utah, got you.
Yeah. So that was really nice. Once we finally got there, she got to play with all her cousins. There's 100 of them, and so that was cool.
Awesome, man. Hazel, you want to ask something next, or what direction you want to go here?
I just did. But...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I could keep. I have two. Let's talk about the other one. Ethan, my little 2-year-old, he's doing great, man. Yeah. He's starting to talk more. He's likes me now. That phase when kids are really little where mom's the only thing that exists.
Yeah.
My son actually looks at me without disgust in his eyes now, so I'm really excited for that.
What ages are your two kids now?
6 and 2.
So your son is 2?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Two's great though, because you know what's great about two is you can hold their hand and walk with them. Usually,
Yeah. Oh,
about
I
two
love it.
2 to 4. 2 to 4 is a great age, man. And your son, you're just sitting there walking with him, holding his hand, and I mean, I did it with my daughter too, but daughters, it's like 1.5. They're already up. They learn.
Yeah.
Daughters are so much quicker, man. They learn stuff so much quicker than,
Oh,
than
absolutely.
boys. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's killing it in school right now. I remember we just had like parent teacher conference, and like at the beginning of the year, they're like, "We're really worried about this whole list of things." We went in this last week, and they're like, I mean, the teacher didn't say it, but they're basically like, "She's fucking killing it," you know.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, like she's just destroying everything at school in a good way. It was really cool, and she's so smart. It's ridiculous. I'm terrified. She's 6, and she learns stuff so fast. I'm like, no, you're gonna be smarter than me, and I don't want to get to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great when my daughter's 4 and she's outsmarted me more times than I care to admit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, for fuck. I'm like, just here, take my money, take whatever you want, just leave me something.
Oh, I did hear. So my daughter is really into Minecraft, and she plays it on the PS4 a lot. And I got it on the computer, and I came home from work, and she's sitting at the computer. She's got her right hand on the mouse. She's got her left hand in the proper PC gaming position. WASD, thumb on the spacebar, you know.
Mm-hmm.
She's got my headset on, and she's leaning into my microphone with it on, and she's pretending she's streaming. So she's sitting there talking about everything she's doing, and like, "What do you think of that, chat?" in her little 6-year-old voice, you know. And I was like, "This is incredible.
That is
This
awesome.
the greatest moment of my life."
That's awesome, dude.
But yeah, she's quite the little gamer. It's crazy.
She's
That's
looking up to
great.
dad. She's watching dad.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much they look at you. You don't even notice sometimes,
Mhm.
but they're always watching, man. They're always watching everything. It's not what you say, it's what you're doing.
Yeah, it's terrifying, honestly.
It is, because they learn your habits, they learn your mannerisms, everything.
No, that's the worst feelings. Where you're like, "Where'd you learn that?" And they're, you're like, "Oh,
Well, you did it. You did
Yeah.
that. You said that the other day.
It's like, you're not supposed to be listening to that or hearing
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a list of things you're allowed to watch me do." Okay.
Well, let me ask you this, Fudd. We know about this is the year of delays, but is there any game coming up within the next spring or summer that you're looking forward to playing?
Whew, boys.
Yeah,
Let me tell you.
You know what it's going to be for me. So,
Barbie Dreamhouse,
damn it,
Apex Legends.
My Little Pony.
you guys.
Talk about a carrot on the end of a stick, am I right? Oh, that joke was gold. All right.
Fuck's sake.
No. Have you guys ever heard of Mount and Blade?
No, I haven't.
No?
So it came out like forever ago, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. And they've been working on like a second one forever, and they finally announced that it's going to be early access. It's not launch, but it's coming out in March. And I'm like over the moon right now because I'm finally gonna be able to play it.
All right, fill me in. What was this, an MMO or what are we playing?
So it's a there's multiplayer in it, but it's mostly a single player experience.
Mhm.
It's this huge map. Think of like, when you travel on the map in like old Final Fantasy games,
Mhm.
where it'd have like, the little towns and your little person running around.
Right.
So you're your guy, and you can like recruit soldiers, and they level up, and you can make them different things and pick up quests and join kingdoms and whatnot, or capture castles and make your own kingdom and everything. And it's got a very in-depth combat system. You like first person, third person, and whatever way your mouse swings is the way your sword will swing, and you can block different angles of attacks and everything. And a whole loot system with, your helmet, chest piece, gloves, armor, feet, horse, bow, everything.
Wow.
Super intricate RPG.
Sounds fun, man.
Yeah. I'll send you some stuff.
Yeah.
Question for you, Fudd.
Yeah, man.
What was the one game you were playing where it was in space and it was just utterly and completely shitty? It was like you fell out of the ship.
Oh,
and-
Star Citizen.
Yeah, Star Citizen.
Oh, that game's incredible, dude. Oh, I love Star Citizen.
That was absolutely one of the best episodes that I listened to, and I never laughed so hard in my life than listening
Quite
to you
the
explain
story.
that. Yeah. And I just could not get enough of that. I mean, I would urge everybody to listen to, if they haven't listened to you guys yet, then I mean, just listen to that episode. That's a great introduction. And
Wow,
have you
that
gone
was
back and
scary.
played that at all, or
I played all the time. I love that game.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, they've just got, because it's again, it's like an alpha build, which is why I fell out of it and whatnot. But like the community is completely a part of the whole experience. So every time they add new stuff in, like there's a new build of the game and everything. So this patch has been kind of rough, so we're kind of waiting for the next one. But there's a bunch of new ships and new mechanic. There's a whole prison system they're going to put in place with like, think of any sci-fi movie you can think of that has like a prison planet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess I'm really looking forward to seeing how this gameplay works out. But it's like a whole different leveling system within this prison to like decrease your time there, or how much money you can make while you're there, and working it off or not working it off, or trying to escape, not trying to escape. And I was like, damn, like
that's awesome. Try to create a riot or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Or like, you know, if your friends are out, like they can put together this mass like attack and try to free you, and everything. Like, it's such a just an open sandbox basically in space. You know, I'm really excited. It feels really good.
Wow. Yeah, I downloaded it. I was going to play it, and then my computer's like, yeah, no.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. Just after listening to you, I tried to download it, and it was just like, my computer actually laughed at me.
Did you get past the menu? Did you get past the menu screen?
No, I didn't even get that far. It was just like, what do you think you're doing?
You're trying to open what?
Oh, man. Well, let's talk Destiny a little bit here before we move on. We know there's the community event going on right now, and we'll talk about that a little later. But what do you see happening to Destiny over the next year? And do you think there's going to be a Destiny 3 or a universe like Luke Smith told me in my dream? What's your opinions on that? I don't think I asked you that last time.
Oh God, that's an intense question.
I know it's a little deep, but I'm just curious what your feelings are toward it.
Yeah, I didn't expect. Let's talk about what's going on in Destiny, and how do you think the future is going to be?
The future's bright, man. The future's bright.
God.
I can put lipstick on a pig. Here you go.
Oh, they're flying everywhere. Oh God. You know, I
mean, okay, let me ask you this. I don't know.
Well, I've been conflicted, like with, because there's been many times where I've said there's not going to be Destiny 3. They're just going to continue to iterate what we have now. But at the same time, like, you know, they've been talking about wanting to do like crossplay. And I think if they did that, they'd almost have to do a Destiny 3 in order to implement that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the more I listen to stuff they want to do with it, the more I'm convinced that like that could happen. But at the same time, like, I think it's easily set up to just be self-sufficient in where it is now and just keep adding on to it, you know.
I hope they do that, because we put so much work in farming for guns and armor now that they've you know, the armor mods and stuff are much more advanced. You can actually build your armor builds, and you know, I hope they don't throw it all away like they did in Destiny 2 Year One, because I don't know if a lot of people, you may lose a lot of people if they do.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I know it was a big part. A lot of people moving from D1 to D2 were like, I have to lose everything? No, thank you.
Well,
but I think if they do it, they can pull it off and keep all our stuff. Like, that shouldn't be too bad.
Well, it's an investment game. I mean, this is a hobby for me. I mean, I invest my time into it, and I don't want it to just get wiped in 6 months. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, I think that they almost need to. I think that what they're going to do is they're going to keep this model up for maybe like another year or two.
Okay.
Maybe another year, and then they're going to drop D3 on purely next-gen stuff.
Yeah, I could see that.
And then, to me, that's when they'll do cross-play, and that's when they'll basically just have everything decked out that way. Now, regarding the loot and everything, you know, controversial take, but get rid of all my shit. I don't want any of it.
Really?
Wow.
I want all new stuff.
Can you imagine being wrong? That's crazy.
A part of me, a
Sound
part
like
of
my 4-year-old.
a part of me agrees with you, Hazel. It would be nice to get a fresh start, but I just don't know, man. I have some really nice guns now, and I miss guns from Destiny 1 still.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, man. They could still do D3 and still have some of the same stuff. They could still do Recluse. They could bring back Icebreaker. They could do whatever they wanted to with it.
True.
But to me, they just need to. They just need to do something else than what they're doing now, or at least fine tune this system that they're working on right now.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I do agree with you. I heavy into a lot of MMOs over the years and rating and whatnot, and especially in WoW, you grind your ass off for a year for all this loot, and then the next expansion drops, and the first quest item you get is better than what you had. That's the stuff. You never have stuff that comes back that's better,
right?
Where you can increase the power level, or what is power level, item level? What is it now in Destiny? I can't remember now.
It's power.
It's different every game.
They call it power. No, they used to call it light. Now it's just power.
That's right. But you can bring everything up to where you are now and however you want it. So
right.
But I'm already very used to all right, I already worked for that, and that's what I like about the game is working for it. So that's gone.
Well, it looks like it looks like at least this community event, it looks like it's going to lead to trials in the next season. Is that going to be enough to bring you guys back? Are you guys going to play trials?
The first time I went to the Lighthouse was Curse of Osiris, so probably not.
No? Yeah, but
I think it's really cool, but I never got. I'm not going to say I didn't like it because I didn't think it was cool. I think it was super cool. I just was bad at it, so I just never went for it. But I think the idea of it is incredible. I loved watching it.
Oh, I think it's going to reinvigorate Twitch and YouTube, because you're going to have, for these content creators who are just trying to find stuff to talk about right now, like farming weapons and things like that, I think Trials is going to just be a whole new dimension of videos and content that people are going to be able to I still, like I mentioned last week, I miss tuning in on Saturday morning and watching True Vanguard, KJ Hovey and Manigator. They'd always play those. They'd always set that time aside every week, and I would tune in every Sunday morning. And what's funny is I would jump to Manigator's channel, then I jump over to True Vanguard's channel, then even go to Hovey's channel and just see how they're all playing, differently. And I invested so much time in watching all that, learning how to get better in PvP and stuff. And I will tell you, Trials is it's a numbers game, man. And the game type elimination it's all about staying together. And what a lot of rookies do is they'll spread out, or they'll try to flank. And some teams will send two and have one flanker, and that's usually your killer. He's the guy who's going to be able to slide and jump and whatever. And
he's the shotgun rusher.
Yeah, he's the rusher, exactly. And it diverts attention to the rusher, and then the two guys come and clean up. That's typically how a Trials game always went. And once you get that number down, it's not like elimination now where they'll just respawn and you got to deal with them again. Once you eliminate them, then it's 3 versus 2, and then it can just really snowball. But I know I want to mention this. Guardian Hub was talking about LFGing in their last show about raids and stuff, and I remember I wanted to share this because I mentioned it on their show, and I don't know if there might be overlap here or not, but I remember I said screw it. I couldn't find a group to play Trials. This is year 1 of Destiny, and I said screw it. I'm gonna just find 2 people that are looking for 1 person, and I did. I jump in there, and the guys are kind of whispering to each other, like, should we tell them? Should we tell them? I don't know. I'm like, what's going on, guys? We good? Oh yeah, we're good. Let's go. Got your tokens? We're good? Okay, good. We jump in our first game. All of a sudden, person falls out of the game on the other team. I'm like, okay, that's really weird. No. And then another one falls out. I'm like, what is going on here? And that's 3 of us against 1 guy now. And then why is this guy teabagging me really hard for killing me? And I realized one of the guys in my group had that software, I guess, where he was DDoSing people on the other side.
Oh, no.
And then I started realizing I was new to DDoSing back then. I was like, what is going on? These people are having bad internet issues or something? And they were playing it off like, oh yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. This has been happening all week. So we get on to the second round. We won the first one. So we move on to the second game, and it happens again. And I'm like, okay, something is not right here. And what I ended up finding out, and they said, yeah, we didn't want to tell you, but I guess we need to tell you. My buddy here is DDoSing people. And I'm like, what? He goes, you have Spectrum Internet, right? I'm like, that's your main line you're using? I'm like, what? How the hell do you know that? He goes, because I can see everybody's cable provider. I'm like, what the hell? So I went quiet. I was like, okay, what the hell do I do here? So I just jumped out. I was like, please don't DDoS me. I'm out. I didn't say anything. I just left.
Yeah, no, that's smart. That's super smart.
And then
7 wins later, but yeah,
no, I would never. What? See, this is the thing. This is the thing about trials or getting gear or whatever. It's not worth it if you cheat. What good is the gear? What value is the gear if you cheat to get it? If you really
is better than everything else.
Well, no, because you earned it. You know.
No, absolutely no. And that's no. Sorry, finish your story.
No. That's my point. And so I was panicking the whole rest of that weekend, going, "Oh, please, Bungie, please don't," because I was in their group. You know, they could have IP banned me
easily.
And I was banned when Destiny came out the very first year. And I was using a capture software that used overlays, and I didn't know anything about capture software. I was new to it. So I was using game overlays, which meant that they were interfering with the game coding, and their bot or whatever just picked up on it, and immediately I got an IP ban. And I've never had this happen before, and I tried plugging in all kinds of different devices. Nothing would work on that IP. So I never felt so helpless in my life when that happened. So I was panicking the whole weekend. Okay, it's coming. I know it. I'm going to be permanently banned from my most favorite game in my hobby because of these fucking idiots that decided
not
people.
To tell you at first. That's the worst.
If they would have told me up front, I was like, well, not my thing, guys. I'm out. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's what they should have done.
But yeah. So what about you, Hazel? You going to dip into trials if this ends up going into trials?
I'll dip in. I mean, I really will, because I never went to trials, or I never went to the Lighthouse.
But he's been to trial, you know.
I've been to trial, yeah. Yeah. 2 different things.
Yeah.
Times.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely dip back in. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I was looking at one thing and it was like, well, trials save Destiny 2. And I'm like, I don't really know if it really needs to be saved. I think Destiny has like different issues than D1 did. I think Destiny 2 does.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me segue on that point you just made, Hazel. Fudd and Hazel, what are your opinions of the way content's being delivered now? You remember the Destiny droughts, the end of Destiny 1, where you wouldn't hear from them for like months and months, and you go, is this game over? We never heard anything from Bungie. We don't know what the hell's going on, and I don't know how many times I can run this mission before I just go insane.
A lot.
So what do you think about this seasonal content and the way they're kind of trickling stuff out? I've asked that of a lot of guests, and I'm just curious what your take is.
So I'm not currently playing, but I know, cause I pay very close attention to Destiny Twitter, because obviously like that's a lot of people I follow, because that's where like my show was and
sure
how I got in the community and whatnot. But I know I constantly see a lot of hype going on for stuff happening in the game a lot. So like I'm not in it right now, but I know I'm constantly seeing people like, I'm so excited for this thing that's going to happen, and this new thing, and this is going on, and this is going on. So I think they're throwing content in a lot, and this is from an outsider perspective right now. Like I think they're doing really good with trying to keep, because obviously you can't constantly be throwing in huge updates with a shit ton of content, right, and having these little smaller events going on, or just something for people to grind for, like whatever I don't know if everyone's supposed to bank or save whatever's going on right now, but I have no idea. But it's really fun to watch the memes.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just constantly adding stuff for people to do, like small stuff for people to do all the time, and it's keeping people involved. I know that.
You get a little FOMO every now and then from all the content dripping out, or are you like, I'm fine with it?
FOMO?
Fear of missing out?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh my god. Hey, Kazel, I thought this guy was like hip, you know? What the hell?
Could you never say the word hip again?
No, he's not hip, man. He's just jiggy with it. It's okay.
Yeah. I'm jiving with what you're throwing down.
Is he eating? Is he eating? Is that what that is? He eating? Never mind. Bad joke.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like two people.
I just took my glasses off. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just gonna yeet myself out of a window. Skull, you'll appreciate that.
That's a yikes for me, dog.
All right.
I just threw up in my mouth. I don't know if it was the beer or that joke, but yeah.
Either way.
Wow.
Not tasty.
Wow.
Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead. Did you want to answer? Do you have anything else you want to add about it? I know you're not playing a lot, so I'm trying not to ask you too.
No, I'm constantly thinking about it. It's just I'm just playing so many games right now is the big thing. But I love watching everything going on, and I'm like, man, that'd be really cool to check out. But it's just not going on right now. But
all right, that's
there's a shit ton going on. I love it.
Yeah, I mean that's the cool thing about it is, I mean, like he said, you know, I'm always on Twitter too, and I'm seeing like lots of stuff, and I'm like my news feed whenever I go to Google, they're like, hey, you know, here's some Destiny stuff, and inevitably the daily Paul Tassi articles in there and everything. It's just like, you know, hey, cool, you know, this is what's going on now and everything else. And not to cheapen what we're going to talk about later, but I did actually on Tuesday when my dog was sick, I was waiting on her. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back. I'm going to try some Destiny.
Cool.
Yeah. So I turned it on and it's like, hey, servers are down.
Of course. Perfect timing.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's okay. It's not meant to be.
That's a sign. That's a sign.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that Easy heard that and just immediately turned it off. Right. So,
well, let's before we move on here, I wanted to ask Mr. Fudd here one more thing. Hey, I saw a tweet from you saying that you were you were getting out of your house and you were going to a big esports event. How'd that go for you? Did everything turn out good?
It was terrifying.
Well, explain that. I know you mentioned in your last time you were here that you, before your podcast, you would have like a little mini panic attack. I mean, is that still an issue or?
Yeah, that's an issue for so if people don't know me personally and just listen to me in this setting or whatnot, it's hard to tell, but I have horrible anxiety. And yeah, so before every podcast we were recording, I'd have an anxiety shit. Those are real things. Little attacks. Surprisingly, actually, I think just maybe because it's you guys. Like tonight, I was just like, all right, we're doing a show, and I just sat down and was ready to go.
I was thinking about it too.
Nice.
I was thinking about it.
So feel good about that. Like you guys are awesome. But
no, that's you, man. You did that, not us.
Yeah.
No, you guys have to make the space comfortable for me, and you do that. So
good.
Thank you.
Well,
but so this event, there's this esports arena like 10 minutes from my house.
Mm-hmm.
And so for the last like year and a half, I'm like, God, it's so cool. Why don't I go check that out? I like video games, right? This makes sense. And for the last year and a half, I've just been like, all right, I'm going to go check it out today. You know what? Maybe I'll check it out next week. Maybe I'll check it out for a year and a half. And so I finally was like, you know what? In 2020, I'm not a huge resolutions guy, but I was like, I'm going to work on my anxiety this year. I'm going to force myself to do some things, get uncomfortable. And just because I'm tired of like not experiencing things, you know?
Yeah.
And so they had this, they're having like a Fortnite tournament and a Super Smash Brothers tournament. And I was like, well, I don't have to be involved. I can just go and watch, you know, like this is a cool way to do it. And so I have a couple of friends that live nearby, but they couldn't go. And I was like, oh shit. And so obviously like I'm yelling at you don't need to go. Just wait till they can go with you. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And I talked myself into, I'm like, you're going to go get in your car. And you're going to drive by yourself and you're going to get there and you're going to get out of your car. Cause you know, in this situation, you have to talk to yourself.
Yeah. You have to tell yourself what to do.
And when you get out of your car, you're then going to walk inside and not to the Arby's. It's in the same parking lot. And then you are going to go to the front desk and you're going to tell them, I've never been here. What do I do? And then you're just going to enjoy yourself. And so I step by step, I had to tell myself, I got there. I was like, you're going to pull in that parking spot. And then I had to sit there and go, you pulled in that parking spot. Because you got to give yourself victories.
That's a win. Hell yeah, dude. It's all about little wins.
Okay, now you're going to get out of the car. All right, I'm out of the car.
Check.
All right, you're going to go, oh shit, there's someone outside smoking. Fuck, he's going to look at me and no. Okay, don't look at him, just walk inside. All right, you're inside. Okay, no one gives a shit that you're here. Okay, cool. I can deal with that. Go to the desk, talk to the guy. And once I got to that point, because you just talk yourself through all your little victories, then I was fine. It's because I was like, yes, you're doing it. You're fine. You're great. And so I walked right up, told the guy, hey, I've never been here. What's it about? Listened intently as he told me everything going on. And then I just walked around, took some pictures, and just enjoyed the experience. It was awesome. Super cool.
I was cheering for you, man, when I saw that tweet. And I think a lot of people were too that responded.
Yeah, there's a lot. It was so cool to see all the support for that. I was like, that helped a ton. I was like, this is so cool.
What, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, just community, period, man. It's so, the people I've met, just fucking being a part of anything is just so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just curious. See, I had that anxiety when I was little. I'd walk into a classroom, especially if I was late, and I was so petrified that everyone was going to look at me walking into my classroom to sit at the desk. I think everybody has a little bit of that when they're young.
Yeah.
And I kind of outgrew it, I guess. Once I got into retail, it was like, okay, bud, you got to talk now. You got to talk to people because that's your job. And I kind of grew out of it, but there's been times when, out of just nowhere, dude, and it's usually an event that triggers it. Like my first panic attack I ever had was when my granny died, and I was on her way to the funeral driving. And there's nothing more petrifying than all of a sudden your heart's flittering, and all of a sudden you can't breathe, and you're going 65 miles an hour on a highway with your family in tow.
Wow.
I had to pull over, and my wife didn't know what the hell was going on. And I don't know if it was stress that brought it on, but what was scary as hell, Fudd, is I didn't even see it coming. It just blindsided me out of nowhere. Is that kind of how it works for you, or do you have a self-talk, or is there something do you have a thought spiral? I mean, how's it start for you?
It's kind of both. Like sometimes it's like you feel it, you're like, then verbally out loud you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna have a panic attack. Okay, here we go, here it comes, I'm gonna have a panic attack. Then it hits. But sometimes like, yeah, that happens. I'm like, all right, this is a normal situation that I've dealt with 100 times in life, and I'm panicking now. Holy shit,
I see.
It's and it when it hits you, man, it's terrifying. You can't. I know we were talking a little bit pre-show, like you can't breathe right, like your body just forgets how to do stuff, and that's terrifying. Especially like in your situation, you're driving, like you can't be forgetting how to drive while you're driving.
I swear I thought I was having a heart attack and I was going to pass out while driving. So I pulled over like my life depended on it. It was crazy, man. And I've had a couple since when my kids left and my son went to college, and then my son is my firstborn. And when he left for college and I drove him all the way up, to leave him behind and then come back home, and my daily routines were all out of whack. And I had one of those, and you guys are all probably going to have this at some point in your life. You're going to think you're dying. It's called midlife, man. You're going to go to the hospital. You're going to tell the doctor that something's not right. So they're going to do an EKG. They're going to do an echocardiogram. They're going to do stress tests. They're going to run all this shit thinking something's wrong with you. And then you find out it was just stress. So I had those spirals too, man. I would say, oh my God, it was heart rate. It was heart rate for me. I could feel my heart rate while I was laying down in bed. And all of a sudden I think, oh my God, it's speeding up. Why is it speeding up? It should be going down. I'm trying to sleep, but it's going up. It keeps going up. All of a sudden you get in these spirals. You just deep dive into this abyss that something is going on with you and you're going to die. And eventually I had to take an Ativan. I had to chemically calm myself down. and I've grown out of it since. And it's been a while since I've had that experience. But I'm sorry, this isn't about me. I wanted to just wanted to.
No, it's definitely about you too.
No. I'm just trying to relate. I'm just trying to relate to what you're going through, because it sounds to me like it happens a lot more often for you. And it's not even circumstantial. It's just something that...
It's just random. But, well, the biggest thing that's helped me a lot is, we were just talking about, talking out loud about stuff is... So a lot of people know I work for the post office. I spend basically my entire day by myself. So I talk to myself a lot, which is why streaming works so well, because you have to sit there and just talk,
Sure.
Yeah. But so the thing that's really helped me is I've gotten really used to... It's probably weird, but I'm having anxiety, and then I have like another person, I guess, like almost another and not like crazy I've got another person in me, but like I'll talk out loud to myself while I'm having like a panic attack and just like explain to myself, you're having a panic attack, here's what's happening. Okay, why is this happening? And I'll like talk myself through what's going on to cause it, and like talk myself through it. It's the weirdest thing, but it's worked. Learning to say everything going on out loud helps it click in your brain, for me at least. And that's how I'm able to like kind of push past it.
Well,
you're going to have a panic attack. Okay. It's happening now. Why are you having it? Okay. Here's what's going on. Okay. Remove yourself over here. Okay. Take a deep breath now. That's over with. This is fine now. And then I can move past.
Have you, is there any kind of, is that, I guess that's your best therapy, is just to talk yourself through it?
Yeah. Cause it's like, cause you're not always going to have, like, my wife is incredible and she can understand like when that's happening and she'll talk me through it. But she's not always there, and you don't want to always be, needing someone else. So like learning to be self-sufficient with it, but knowing it's still going to happen. I don't know how to fix it, but I can help myself get through it. And that's huge.
Hazel, yeah. I know we haven't given you much chance to talk here. Do you have any opinion on it?
Well, I mean, kind of like what you said, Gator, was like back in high school, I was very much like, I didn't really talk to too many people, but it was one of those things where people would talk to me because I mean, okay, it's going to be kind of funny if I say, well, you guys all know, I mean, I had an afro. So, I mean, it was like people were talking to me because of that. And
it was a novelty. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it completely just, I freaked out, and I just avoided social situations and stuff like that. And I just did not want to do anything remotely social. But then come to find out, I was just like, hey, I need to get a job. So of course I took the first job that a friend of mine offered to me. It involved no socializing at all. It was a security guard.
Okay. That's a win. Yeah, I did that for a while. It was incredible.
Yeah. And the first event that I had was actually at basically here. There was a concert place here called Hare Arena, and it was X Fest, and it was a huge concert, and they put me at the door.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Means you got to see a lot of people.
Yeah. And it was kind of traumatizing, but also like there was no place to hide. I had to either leave or just do it.
Yeah.
And I just, like you said, I just talked myself through it. Like, okay, so this is my job. I have to do this, or I can quit. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to do this. And from then on, it like just gave me confidence that I can do this, and that if ever that feeling came up, and it's come up again a couple times, and then I just sort of take a deep breath, walk myself through what I'm doing, and then I just go forward from there. But yeah.
Thinking back when I had my first retail job, I don't know, maybe you think this way too, guys. It was like I would just become a character.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was like, okay, I am Mr. Auto Parts guy. I'm going to look in this book, and I'm going to be the nice, perfect auto parts guy, and I'm going to make sure this dude has a good day. Oh, and yeah. So you put your sales pitch on, you're nice, you smile. I mean, my parents taught me right to be polite, and especially when you work for someone, you work hard. Always had that instinct to do that, and my wife's the same way. but we're both very quiet people privately. We're very. I'm very cool watching a show by myself, and my wife can be in two rooms over reading a book, and we're perfectly fine with that because that's the kind of people we are.
Yeah.
But did you guys ever like become a character when you were younger, when you had to face that kind of problem?
Oh yeah. Well, like when it was actually pretty easy in my first job. I worked retail, and I was having some issues, and one of my supervisors made me a name tag and like spelt my name completely wrong. And so everyone just started calling me by this other name, and I was like, all right, I'm just this person now. And so yeah, it was super easy, just like no one called me by my actual name. No one actually even knew my actual name because it was wrong from the beginning, and everyone just called me that as a joke, you know. Nice. And so yeah, I just was a different person completely.
Nice. Well, yeah, but I tell people to do that at work all the time.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, I'm like, this is the person you get for $15 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
This is the person that you get, and they're just like, oh, I'm like, because you know what? I'm like, we can up and fire you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, oh, well, I never thought about it like that. I'm like, so yeah, this is the person that that I can buy for $15 an hour. And they're just like, oh, okay, then yeah, I can do this. And I'm just, I talk about 531 Norm. I'm like, at 531, a guy is different than 530 Norm, because 530, I'm still on the clock.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
531 is a different guy. He's going to say fuck, and he's going to, berate you, and he's a troll. He's a dick. But, 530 Norm is supportive and everything else.
God, I miss 530 Norm.
I'm going to do a sound bite of that.
Please.
Now that I think about it, I do a lot. I'm like you, Fudd. I work by myself during the day. I'm treating lawns and houses, and usually nobody's home, and I'm doing it all by myself. I've got earbuds in. I'm listening to a podcast, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
But when a customer comes out or taps you on the shoulder, all of a sudden smiles, put the earbuds in your pocket, and you're a totally different person. Makes
Completely.
Perfect sense. So our jobs definitely help. That helps. Well, hey, Fudd, I appreciate you opening up to us tonight, man. I mean, just for any other people out there that may be listening that deal with this daily, is there something maybe you any kind of advice you'd want to give them to get started, or of how to at least try to weather the storm?
I mean, honestly, just like understanding that that's what's happening, because a lot of people experience it and try to tell themselves they don't have anxiety of any kind.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I mean, just honestly, just admitting that's what's going on. And then, I mean, just what we've been talking about,
Yeah.
Talk out loud to yourself, like let other people know what's going on. So if they see signs of it, they can kind of help you know what's going on. Or then obviously in extreme measures, like, see an actual physician and,
right.
Whatever needs to be done for that. But
Sure.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
I love all of you.
Oh, we love you too, man.
Aww. We love you more.
All right.
Impossible.
We don't want to go till 3 a.m. again, right, Hazel? So let's move on.
Okay, I'm sorry. I like talking.
Hey, dude, we all do. We all do, brother.
You're good, man. You're good.
You're good.
Call the Praxic Order. Call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes. Call everyone so they can witness you.
Okay, boys and girls, it's that time of the week. This segment is called the Speed Run, where we have a database of over 125 randomly asked questions, and Fudd here is going to have 60 seconds to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and we're going to keep track of how many questions were answered by our featured guest every episode. The questions are randomly asked, so no one can memorize the order, and you'll have to answer quickly, whatever comes to mind. So at the end of the year, the guest with the most questions answered will win the cool prize. Tonight, I'm going to ask the questions as usual, randomly from our list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert, so in the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision will be final. In other words, Hazel will give you his routing numbers after the show, and if you want to send him a little bribe, he can bend.
I was about to ask.
Okay, all right. You ready?
Just slide into my DMs.
All right.
I'm already there.
Shit, girl.
All right, Fudd, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it, man. 3, 2, 1. Cake or pie?
Pie.
Favorite superhero?
Ooh, Superman.
UFC or WWE?
WWE.
Favorite ice cream flavor?
Ooh, cookies and cream.
Anna Bray or 801?
Anna Bray.
Pen or pencil?
Pen.
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Baseball or football?
Baseball.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how cool are you?
34.
Tesla truck, yes or no?
Yes.
Describe yourself in one word.
Legendary.
Gold or silver?
Gold.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Where is your ideal vacation?
Anywhere but here.
Who is the bigger badass, Shax or Saladin?
Ooh, Shaq.
Acoustic or electric guitar?
Electric.
Do you have a tattoo?
No.
What is your favorite color?
Red.
Pineapple on pizza?
Yes.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
Rock,
Time.
paper? Dude, I think I know where you're at. I'm hoping you got exactly what I'm thinking you got. Hazel,
Yeah?
what do we got?
What do you think you got?
I think you got 20, dude.
I think I got all of them.
I don't think you got all of them, but I think you're right. I think you got 20.
Oh my God, you're tied for the lead, dude.
Yes. Who am I tied with?
You're tied with Mr. Drafty. You've got 20. You got 20 last week. He beat RNG Gator by 1. RNG Gator had 19.
Mhm.
So congrats,
Nice.
brother. You are in
Wow.
tie.
Nicely done.
You were tied for the lead. Of course, if it comes down to the end of the year, and we got a lot of year left, if it comes down to like 10 people all at 20, then we're gonna do the pick a number out of the hat or something. We'll figure it out.
Did you know I've been in the shower with Drafty?
I
We
heard about that.
Okay. All right, I just want to tell as many people as I can.
Yeah, we heard. Trust me, we heard all about it.
All right, good. Did he tell you?
Yeah, last week.
Yes. Yeah,
Last
he
week
kisses
too.
and tells.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
yes, he does.
What a whore.
For many reasons, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude,
That's a list.
you killed it, dude. Way to go.
Awesome
Wow,
job.
that was awesome.
That was fun.
You were
Dude.
moving.
You were, man. Like I said, I'm trying to ask the questions consistently from guest to guest. So
That was beautiful, dude. Because last time you cut
You were
it
like-
out.
you're like-
you
I was
went
listening-
super
it's funny.
slow.
I was listening to this. I was listening to episode 5 today just to get a little flashback of what we talked about last time. And you were like, "Sorry, cut out. I didn't hear it." And then I asked it again, and you're like, "Fuck it, this." And
Purple.
I'm like, man, I felt so bad for you because it sucks, man. And we did the makeup show at the end of the year, but you weren't able to meet with us. It was just too crazy a time. But I'm
Yeah,
so
Christmas at
glad.
the post office.
Well,
Amazing.
Everyone's probably asking, well, Fudd's already been a guest in the show. Why is he back? Because you never got your redo on the speed run, dude. And obviously, you were the coolest
Also,
dude.
he's
Yeah, 34 out of
exactly.
10. Come
You
on.
are the coolest dude around. You are 34. I mean, that's
God,
pretty.
you were
That's,
gonna think
that's
I'm
pretty
such an
high.
arrogant
that's pretty
bastard.
high on the scale, dude. I'll have
34
to,
out of 10. Describe yourself in one word. Legendary.
I'm gonna have
Who
to.
do I think I am?
I'm gonna have to put that 1 to 50 next time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then somebody will say like 65 or 69 actually. But yeah.
There you go, 69.
There you go. Well, hey, great job, dude. Great job.
Thank you. Great job asking him. You are
Yes.
so good at that now.
I feel so vindicated.
That's so good
I feel
now.
so vindicated right now.
You should, dude. You read them fast. It was beautiful.
I'm getting better at this. I'm getting better. We'll see.
Thank
Because
God.
before, like episode 5, it was like
Think
so
of all.
what if your favorite-
I mean, poor Hazel had to endure this too, and poor Easy. I mean, back when he was on the show when we first started, he was like, "Jesus, he can't hear the question, dude. What are we gonna do? This is so fucked up." But
yeah, we laughed hysterically.
yeah, I bet. All right, let's move on, guys. Be right back.
All right, let's do it. The winner, you know?
All right. Well, let's talk about what we've been watching this week, guys. Mr. Elmer Fudd, since you are a guest of honor, why don't you go
Hey, that's
first?
me. Oh man, so I've been slowly working through The Witcher on Netflix.
Very good show.
Extremely good. I know most people have watched it in the first day or two.
Mhm.
But yeah, still cruising through. I think I'm actually like 1 or 2 episodes away from the end.
Okay.
So getting
Nice.
through that, and then I don't know. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. Like my time's usually like when I'm not with the kids. You know, I'm gaming. So
Yeah, I hear you.
that's really it. What's the last movie I even watched? God, I don't even know.
That's all right, man. Well, when we come at what you've been playing, then you're going to have a lot to say then.
Yeah, that I'll have a lot to talk about.
Okay. All right, Hazel. Spill it, buddy. What have you been doing this week?
Well, actually, I getting to get caught up from last week too because
Oh, that's right. You were here.
Yeah, because well, my wife went out of town last weekend.
I could have sworn you were talking last week in the
So
show.
you watched a lot of porn.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
That was
glad
the
this isn't a visual medium because my hand's moving up and down. Right now.
That was the most panicked I've ever heard in my life.
No more than usual.
Mm.
Anyway, so basically, I spent like after I put my daughter down to sleep, I make sure I add that to sleep part. But basically, I started watching movies that my wife would have no interest in watching.
Right.
So yeah, it's like a vacation for me too. So I watched the latest Godzilla movie.
How'd you like that?
Oh,
I haven't seen that yet. Is it good?
Yeah, you can see exactly why I watched that movie without her there because she would have zero interest in that. So I mean, it was okay. It was fun. Sure. I mean, I got kind of sick of hearing about King Kong all the time, but it's like, all right, well, he'll be in the third one. Okay, I get it. You don't need to keep plugging it.
Yeah, this is a Godzilla movie. Thank you.
Let me ask you guys this: did you guys ever watch Godzilla, the Japanese versions back in the day?
Oh my God, yes.
Fuck
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, just making sure. I know that was. I saw them on 8mm. I'd buy them at Kmart, and they were expensive back then. You'd go home and put them on the reel-to-reels. That's how far back I watched them, and they were
Okay, boomer.
Ah, there it is.
I'm hip
I'm
with
sorry.
it now, right?
He crushed that.
I'm so
He crushed that.
dude. That timing was impeccable. Impeccable timing. I'm sorry, Hazel. Carry on, sir.
No, but yeah, I did watch those. I'll never forget watching the one with Baby Godzilla.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Where Godzilla would step on his tail and he'd jump up in the air.
It was like the little comical part of the serious part of it.
Yeah, exactly. Then I saw It Chapter 2.
Okay,
Oh shit.
that's good.
It was fucking fantastic. Highly recommended. I mean, it had a nice heart to it. The ending had a lump in my throat. It was great. Also watched Parasite,
Oh, how'd you like
the
that?
Oscar-winning movie there.
That's right.
it was-
Best picture.
Yeah, best everything else too. It was fantastic.
That's awesome.
Did
It
you like?
was.
Did you like the way it ended?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was fitting.
Okay,
I think everything about that movie was fitting. Maybe we'll do like a spoiler
sure.
cast
We
a
can
little
do
bit
that
later.
Maybe we'll review
Yeah.
a movie. We'll review a movie, maybe one episode. Go
Yeah.
over like it seems Potato Thumbs is doing movie and music episodes. Maybe we should start dipping into that.
No, that's our idea. It's original. Come on now.
Oh, that's what I meant to say. Don't worry,
Yeah.
I'll edit that part out. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
then last weekend, my wife and I, well, whatever fucking day it was anyway, we watched Marriage Story.
Oh God, I love that movie. I'm guessing you didn't.
Marriage Story.
Yeah, it's Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. They are married, and this is the tale of them basically getting a divorce and how that whole process works, basically.
What people don't realize is it's actually a love story. It's
It was a fucking horror movie.
no, dude. I'm telling you, it was all about. I won't spoil it, but
It was a horror movie.
okay.
It was scarier than It Chapter 2.
It does get rough in parts. It does.
It was a nightmare. So we finished watching it, and our choices were before we picked it were Dolomite, or My Name is Dolomite,
Mm-hmm.
and
Which is
Marriage Story.
incredible.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we've heard. And so we finished Marriage Story. My wife looks at me not even 5 seconds later and goes, "We should have watched Dolomite."
Mhm,
Oh.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Okay.
But no, I mean, honestly, though, I mean, Marriage Story was fantastic. It was well done and everything.
So well written.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was really so true, and just, I mean, it skewered humanity basically.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to watch a movie that's not really a movie, I mean, it could just be a documentary.
It's an experience. It really is.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I mean, if you're looking for something kind of depressing. And then So shows, my wife and I are watching, slowly plugging away through Witcher and that show You.
Oh yeah,
And,
Yeah, you got me hooked on that show, dude.
it's a fucking dumpster fire.
I'm on season 2 right now, and I'm like, damn you, Hazel. I'm sucked in, man. I can't get out now.
Yeah.
what?
It's scary.
Nothing.
Somebody needs to clip that.
Mm.
You're welcome.
If only they could. If only they could.
Oh, but we can.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yep. And then after all that, The Outsider, which is, to me, the best show on TV right now.
It's fucking awesome, dude. That show gives me the creeps, and I here's the thing: when you're watching that show, don't let it be your last show before you go to bed. You will not sleep.
Yeah. The last episode, I was cheering. My wife was watching the Oscars. I'm watching it on my phone, and I'm like throwing my arms up in the air. I'm cheering. I'm all excited, and then the next scene, I'm like completely gutted, and I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all for me. And you?
Oh boy, it's been a busy week in entertainment for me. I first started out. I saw Mike Birbiglia in concert at the Improv in Orlando here.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
I love you. I don't know if you saw his show, a new one on Netflix. It's his best show to date. But I'll be honest, he was working on new material, and let's face it, the clubs aren't. They only hold 100, 200 people, and it was kind of improv-y, and it wasn't very structured. Bottom line, I was a little disappointed because it wasn't very polished. But the opening act even said, hey, he's going to work out some of his new material on his next show coming up. And I guess I should have had that expectation going in. But I mean, tickets are like $30 to watch this guy. So I was like, I brought my parents. First time I brought them to an improv show in a long time. Last time was in DC, and they had a great time, and I thought they would tonight, or that night I was out there, and I was so disappointed. In fact, I was driving home angry. It was terrible. But
Sorry, man.
If you haven't seen the new one by Mike Birbiglia on Netflix, see it. It's about him having a kid. It's so good. So I did see Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of the Harlequin. 90% critics. It was good. It got rated really good. Okay. Here's the way I'm going to talk about this movie. My wife loved this movie, and she's not a superhero comic fan. I didn't. I hated this movie. I fell asleep. I fell asleep in 20 minutes of it. I fell asleep. Let me put it this way. If you're expecting a typical serious origin story like Joker, which is what I was expecting.
Oh shit.
No.
Did you watch the trailers?
Maybe I was just in denial. Maybe I thought, okay, this is going to be another origin story, but this is going to be about Harlequin. No, this was the most wandering girl power, and I got nothing against girls, but it was all like girl power kicking guys' ass, and
I'm into it.
And there was just, dude, it just wandered. There was no story, and I've seen enough movies that you got to give me some kind of flow to the movie, and it just seemed like she is so
hot. Yeah.
She's definitely hot, but she's so spacey. She'll do one thing and she'll jump over and talk about this, and then they'll be wandering down the street to kick this guy's butt. And no, we need to go do this, and then we need to do this. I'm like, where the hell is this movie going? So, okay. So it's like a live comic, I guess is the best way I can explain this. It's kind of
it just sounds like Harley Quinn to me right now.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Is Gator? Did you watch like the Batman the animated series?
No. You
didn't?
No, the last time I watched Harlequin was when the last movie came out about all the troublemakers. I can't remember the name of it.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Thank you.
Did you never watch the animated series?
I was never into comics as a kid. I never watched that kind of stuff.
Cartoon.
No, animated Batman? How long ago are we talking about here?
90s.
I don't know, mid-90s?
No, dude. In the 90s, I was raising kids in the 90s.
Yeah.
I didn't have time for comics and cartoons. No, and our kids couldn't watch that stuff.
Why couldn't your kids watch that stuff?
Oh, man.
What kind of parent are you?
I mean, I got married in 91, so it's like, we were busy, okay? Let's just leave it at that.
Batman animated series.
I don't remember.
The best show to ever grace
Really?
The television. And
True.
you haven't seen it?
I can't remember, dude. I've seen so many shows.
I can't remember.
I was.
That's a no. That's a no.
I guess that's a no. Hazel's translating.
I'll own it.
Something came up.
I'll
Guys.
own it there.
I gotta go.
I was gonna say, I'm like, and we just lost Elmer Fudd.
We just lost 20 viewers. Okay,
I'm finding it. I'm flying to your house, and we're gonna binge.
All right, bring it on. I'll be here.
Actually,
I'll be here waiting.
Hazel, you in? Let's go.
Well, anyway, it was very.
Yeah, I'm already looking it up online right now to see where it is.
Yeah, find out where we can watch it.
I'm gonna get flooded with links tonight. I can see it already. So it was very slapsticky, very not serious, the opposite of what I was expecting. So for me, it's a no for me, dog. But my wife loved it.
Awesome.
My wife loved it. She was like,
Yeah.
that was. My wife was like, that
watching
was so much fun to watch. I'm like, I didn't get it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old, man. I don't know.
I should have saved my boomer joke for you.
You only get one a show.
Okay, Boomer.
Yes. Hazel with
I did watch the Oscars because it is my favorite award show of the year, and Parasite pretty much dominated. Director
What'd you think?
Bong Joon-ho, he got Best Director. Joaquin Phoenix got Best Actor, and he did on the Screen Actors Guild Award too. And I was a little pissed off because all he wanted to use his platform more for was some political talk, and I hate when actors and actresses do that. Accept your award, thank the people who got you there, and get the hell off the stage.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree.
I know I'm very politically. I have my opinions, but I'm not going to get on a pulpit and tell people what I think.
That's not what that's there for.
Yeah, people need to. And he even mentioned, I guess I can do some good from this pulpit I'm on now. So I'm going to talk about all this shit, all this crap going on in the White House. I'm like, I don't want to hear this, dude. I want to hear his last speech at the Screen Actors Guild Award was so poetic. Even talking about the previous Joker, Heath Ledger, and talking about it was his idol and stuff. And then to hear this bullshit, I was like, I got to get something to drink. I can't listen to this bullshit. And he kept going. I mean, dude, he rambled on for 10 minutes, it seemed. But Brad Pitt, Best Supporting Actor. Renee Zellweger, which I knew was going to happen, got Best Actress. Laura Dern Laura Dern got Best Supporting Actress for Marriage Story. I thought that was good. 1917, Best Cinematography. I was not surprised because we talked about those long visual takes they did.
Yeah, those tracking shots. Yeah,
I really want to see that.
Dude, it's an experience. You want my wife. First thing she said when we got that movie is, "Did you realize they never took take? And it was all one take." I was like, I didn't even notice. I was so sucked into the story, and then once I kind of looked into how it was done, I got it. But Elton John, Bernie Taupin got the Best Original Song. Thought that was great. First award they've won together. American Factory was the Best Feature Documentary. I did see that on Netflix. It's still on Netflix. Very good documentary. So definitely want to see that. I've been watching Star Trek Discovery. I'm on season 2.
Ooh.
I love Star Trek. I did watch the 3rd episode of Picard. Actually, the 4th episode today, before we got on tonight.
Yeah, I want to see that so bad.
Picard is a little slower than Discovery, but it's all about.
Well, he's old, so.
Well, no, it's all about one premise. It's all about one story, and I don't know. It's a little slower for me than, but it's deeper. It's deeper. It's a deeper show. It's like. Star Trek Discovery's Frosted Flakes and Picard's oatmeal. It's just different. I did see that.
Sounds sexy.
Yeah.
It's a great review. It's oatmeal.
It's oatmeal.
It's oatmeal.
It's more wholesome. It's more natural. It's not so plasticky like a Star Trek Discovery maybe. But I did see The Outsider again. Just saw the latest episode, and holy shit, that show is great. I just started the new show, Hazel's recommendation, and it's like a car wreck. You see it happening, and you can't take your eyes off of it. It's freaking creepy as hell. It reminds me of the movie The Joker, really, because you're seeing how this insane person, how he thinks. I love the self-talk. I love the narration in the show. That's what drew me in, was when he started talking to himself. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to spoil too much. But
well, I got a question for you here.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, okay, why do you watch the show? Like, okay, I guess when I ask that, are you rooting for him to find love?
I'm rooting for him that he gets his mind fixed and he finds a person that understands him and corrects his shit. But then as the season went on, I realized that was never going to happen. I guess deep down, I'm hoping that he finds the one he finally loves and he quits all this bullshit.
Yeah.
But I don't see it happening. Like I said, it's a car wreck. You can see the two cars coming together, but you can't keep your eyes off of it. You can't warn anybody. You just have to sit there and watch it and witness it.
Yeah. My wife, she watches it and she roots for him to get caught.
Yeah, that's about right. Well, that makes sense.
I'm rooting for him. I'm just...
That's because you're a guy and she's a girl. She's worried about about what's happening to the girl and how she's getting manipulated and stuff. And we're rooting for the guy because we're romantics. We're softies. We want him to find love, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe. Hey, if you watch the show or if you've checked it out, let us know. In the Discord. I want to know what everybody thinks about this.
We have a movies and TVs channel. Just enter it in there or show feedback. Let us know what you guys think. Good point. I did see The Masked Singer. This was the 3rd episode of the season. Dude, you guys got to watch this show. It just puts a smile on your face every time you watch it. It's a little corny. It's a gamey.
I love The Masked Singer.
It's a game show. You watch it?
I love it.
I just found out about it after the Super Bowl. So I immediately went back and binge watched season 1 and 2. And I was like, give me more, please. And give it to me now. The clues, the charades, it's all just so cool. It's such a neat idea. And like I mentioned last week, this all came from a Korean game show, this idea. So, yeah, one for the Koreans out there. And finally, I'm catching up on Better Call Saul. Vince Gilligan, man, this guy can write. And he has the best cinematography for a TV show I've ever seen. I'm on season 4. They just added season 4 to Netflix, and it's getting pretty crazy. And if you guys have never seen this show, start at season 1.
Okay.
It'll take you some time because each episode's 45, 50 minutes long. It just came out weekly on I don't know, one of the main networks, and now they've switched over now to Netflix. Dude, you got to watch this. It's such a great written story. It has a lot to do with drug cartels. And if you saw the show that tied him in was, of course, Breaking Bad.
It's a prequel to Breaking Bad. And
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Have you seen this? You been watching it?
My wife and I watched like the first season and then some season 2, and then we kind of lost our way just because.
See, that's what happened to me.
I just kind of stopped caring, and so did she.
Well, what happened is we were watching it on the networks when it came out every week. It'd be one of our weekly shows, and then we got you get bombarded by everything that comes out every week, and you get behind, and you're like, you know what, I'm good. But now that it's all 4 seasons are on Netflix, you can go back and catch up. And dude, if you haven't done it, do it. It's really good. It's one of my best TV shows, hands down. It's really good. So, well, hey, let's switch over to what we've been gaming this week. And now that me and Hazel have been blabbering about what we've been watching, maybe Fudd can tell us what he's been doing in gaming.
Not much. What about you guys?
No, you're supposed to say Destiny. Just some Destiny.
Just Destiny. That's it, man. That's all. That's it. God. Okay, where to start? Here we go. Well, Apex Legends, obviously season 4 dropped. Mm-hmm. There's the new legend they added in. He's got this ball he can shoot out that if it hits someone, it takes away their abilities for like 10 seconds.
Oh, nice.
So like Pathfinder has a zip line, or like Wraith can portal somewhere, or like Octane can stim himself and run fast. Like if you rush someone and they like go to run away and you just hit them with that, it's so fun to watch people jump up and down like, wait, I'm supposed to be doing something right now to escape, and then you just murder them. And it's so cool.
That sounds like
he's
fun.
Like this skeleton robot dude that's super creepy. His ultimate is he can put this pillar down, and if you activate it, or anyone in your squad, if they go over and activate, if you get shot to 0 health, you immediately spawn back at that pillar with like 1 health pool. So like you have a chance. So if you have to put it somewhere smart, but like you can kind of cheat death. So that's pretty crazy. And then all the map changes, they've like blown up sections and added stuff in, and it feels really cool right now. So that's Apex.
Nice.
Oh God, what else am I playing right now? I've been trying the Star Wars game that Respawn made.
Yeah,
That's
Order?
really good. Yeah, Fallen Order.
Yep.
I've
I
been
beat
really
that
enjoying that. Yeah.
twice. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, I told my wife about it, and she told me that I had to play the ending again just so she could see it.
So
And
yeah,
pretty much,
obviously you had to play the whole
darn.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Shucks horrific. But so I've been enjoying. I'm not playing that as much as I want to, but I've been really enjoying that. It looks so good. It's a very pretty game.
Now, what is your average nightly gaming routine? Do you do like a chapter here, then jump over and do a little bit on this game, or do you play one game for the night and you're done?
Well, usually I'll sit down on the computer, kind of self-loathe for about half an hour.
Right.
Jerk one out.
Sure.
And then
Gotta be
self-loathe again for another half hour.
Berate yourself a little.
Yeah. God, I used to be so much better at this.
So disappointed.
Damn it. No, actually, I usually don't play like a bunch of different stuff in the same night. It's
Okay.
just like throughout the week. So like usually I'm playing something Monday and something else Tuesday and something else Wednesday and just
Nice.
rotating around. So I never finish anything, but I'm playing everything.
Gotcha.
Another big thing, Warcraft 3 Reforged came out. I don't know if you heard about that.
Mm-mm.
So that's so Warcraft 3 came out in so it's an RTS game, came out before World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, what was that? 2002, I think. And so they just recently remastered it. I think this last couple weeks it came out, and I'm just like, I feel like a kid again playing through this thing, man. It's like this. I'm like, this is how I remember it looking. And then you look back. I've looked up some videos and I'm like, that is not what this game looked like at all. Holy shit, that was rough. But yeah, it's just so fun to play through that game. There's not a lot of good RTS games anymore, and that was a genre I really loved for a long time. So that's been fun to get back into.
Yeah, I miss those RTSs too. They're definitely lacking now.
Yeah, you should pick it up. It's a lot of fun.
Heroes of Might and Magic. That was my RTS game.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. For you, so obviously Warcraft, StarCraft, and Age of Empires. That was where I was
Oh yeah, I'm there. And what was the one called? Empire Earth. Oh, I love that.
Empire Earth. Yeah, that was really good.
That was so. I spent so many hours playing that game.
They did an HD remake of Age of Empires 2 a while back. I still play that all the time.
Nice.
I think it's like $10 on Steam or something.
It's great time killers, and then you can just pick up where you left off if you don't want to.
Yeah,
you can do quick matches too, but yeah, it's so much flexibility. I mean, that's definitely a hobby game.
Yeah. Oh, there's nights where like I got my sister really into Age of Empires, and she's gotten stupid good at it.
Nice.
But there's nights where we're like, we got nothing going on, and we set everything up just right, and then a game will take us like 3 hours.
Oh yeah.
And it's so much. We just sit there and talk and catch up and just
it's awesome.
Game for 3 hours. Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah.
And then getting back into WoW has been really cool. Checking out some of the new content, and then getting some friends actually from Destiny to jump into that because I've talked a lot in the past to like coming from that background of raiding into Destiny raiding and like how different it is and whatnot. And so like some people showed some interest, like, hey, I'd like to see what like traditional MMO raiding is like. So I've got some friends that are jumping over into there and leveling up so that I can show them what that is. So I'm really excited to dive into that.
Are you streaming?
Not right now, just leveling up and whatnot, but
okay, all right.
Like when we get probably higher level stuff, like
sure,
I'll start streaming then. But
nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. There's nothing like Destiny rating is incredible. I want to preface the sentence with that. Right. But there's just nothing like classic MMO rating where you have like 10 to 20 people and there's all these intricate mechanics that every group is having to do, and it's very satisfying when you finish.
I watched my son play a lot of WoW raids when he was younger on computer, and there's a lot going on, man.
So much going on.
And he would sit there and explain, oh, well, see, now this team's going to use this aura right here, and that's going to enable us to do this. I'm like, wow, the teamwork is amazing.
Oh, yeah. No, I remember this fight. Oh, what was it? Miss Pandaria? I mean, not like you guys are going to know.
Wait, you could tell me whatever, and I'd believe you.
Sure.
Yeah. So in the falafel,
Oh, okay.
expansion,
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah. And the
That's
dungeons
tasty. I thought I
of
heard. Yeah.
Dunmoria. No, so there was this fight where like you fought this like spirit healer troll dude or whatever, and so randomly these portals would appear, and half your raid team would have to go through it, and you'd be in a separate version of the same raid room, and there'd be these wraiths everywhere and like mini bosses, and if they weren't, all that stuff in that other room was hurting the other group, hitting the boss. And so you had to run around and kill this stuff quicker than it was killing the other people. But you were taking damage while you're in there. So you had certain teams with the healer and one tank that have to purposely go in there to keep everyone else from dying, who then had to keep themselves from dying. And when you came out, you had a debuff. So the other group had to go in there the next time. So you're constantly rotating who was tanking the boss, who was going in and killing everything. And it was hurting the other people the whole time. It was so cool.
Hey, Bungie, listen up. That would be a great mechanic in a raid.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh,
Have like 3 people have to go in this other world and do damage. Yeah, that would be awesome. Hell yeah.
Isn't that Leviathan?
I was gonna say the closest I got was like,
you know what,
the skull,
that's very true.
What is that room actually? We just called it the suck room. What is that room actually called?
You're not gonna get me to say it. Sorry.
Okay. Understood. Yeah, that's the closest I've gotten to.
I don't know what you call it, Gator. But,
he said the suck. He said the suck room.
Okay.
We know where
What do you call it?
I called it the suck room. That's what I called it.
Okay.
I never went to that. See, I was never in there. I was never killing the skulls. I was always on the
that's
outside.
My favorite, dude.
I was always in charge of the outside, killing all the, making sure we killed all the ads and stayed alive while they were in the suck room collecting everything.
Oh, I never wanted to do that at first because of anxiety. I was like, if I fail in there, everyone fails, until I discovered it was easier. And I was like, it is. I'm on it. I'm so on it. It's so easy.
I've done it a few times, but I haven't done it enough. I'd always fall in a damn hole somewhere or get kicked off the grid. And I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm floating away. I'm sorry. That's a wipe.
Looks like Team Gator's blasting off again.
I'm like, hurry up. You can do it before I die. You can do it.
I believe. But yeah, so I'm really excited to show a DAC style of rating to these guys because they're really into Destiny rating. So that's going to be super fun.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Anything else?
I think that's mostly it for. I mean, diving into Sea of Thieves for the first time. Anyone who's played it knows that it's just stupid fun and endless shenanigans with your friends. So if you don't play it, you should.
I've seen it on stream. Some of the DCP guys were playing it one day, and I think one of the guys was getting drunk down in the base of the ship, and they had to put him in the jail, and that's pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, it was cool because I saw that stuff, and I thought that was the whole game. And it's obviously the first day was just being a dick to everybody and having fun. And then once I realized how intricate and deep all the mechanics and ranking up and getting loot and everything was in the game, I was like, holy shit, I didn't know any of this actually existed. Because you only ever see clips of all the bullshit happening,
Right.
Yeah.
And oh man, it's so easy to lose time because you're constantly traveling different places, just over the ocean, and the water's so pretty in that game.
Right.
But I mean, it's so easy to just be like, oh shit, well, there went 6 hours of my life.
I can hear you. That's like every game these days. They're so involved.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me, man.
What about you, Hazel? Have you been doing? You did a little Destiny this week, didn't you?
I turned it on and
and the servers were down. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm caught up now.
Yeah. So and then that was my experience with Destiny this week. And
thanks, Bungie.
Nah, I don't give a shit. But yeah, so aside from that, it was my daughter and I playing Goat Simulator, Just Dance 2020.
Oh, that's awesome.
It makes me laugh every time he says it. Play the goat game.
Yeah, I mean, she has found some shit in there that I'm like, oh shit, that's bad parenting.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she found a goat that's like Slender Man, slender goat.
Really?
And I'm like, okay, yeah, let's get out of the
Let's
graveyard.
get out of this. Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah. And she's just like, he looks like one of those like guys at the auto parts place with the flying arms. And I was like, he only kind of does. So I was like, that's what he is. That's what he is. No, just keep running.
Yeah.
So then aside from that, I played Titanfall 2 a little bit just to kind of go down memory lane on the PS4 Pro.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
and then aside from that, oh, it's fantastic. And then aside from that, I've been spending all my time with Death Stranding. So yeah, all the shit that I gave easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I love it.
Do you think I'll get past? Do you think I'll get past the title screen?
I mean, I think you'll get past the title screen. I don't think you'll make it much further than that.
Okay. Yeah, walking simulator. I've heard all kinds of things about it.
No, there's way more to it. There's so many different like systems and stuff like this. My wife was watching me play a little bit, and she's like, "Why is there a baby? And why is it crying?"
Yeah,
because that's what babies do, dear.
Yeah, and then I died, and then she's like, "Why is there a baby's ass on the screen right now?" And I'm like, "It's complicated. Can I just leave that as an answer?" So yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a fantastic game. It's I'm willing to say it's probably more coherent than any other Hideo Kojima game ever.
That's not hard to do.
See, I feel
Yeah.
I feel like I'm letting him down if I don't play it because I played almost all of his games. He's such a great developer, man. Story is just amazing.
You're amazing.
Just the stuff he puts together, it's just amazing stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to a guy at work about it, and he was like, "How is that game?" He's like, "It looks really depressing." And I was like, "Well, you know what? It's actually, I'm willing to say, probably the most positive game ever, just set in a depressing environment."
I see.
Because you get to leave stuff for other people that they can pick up and use, and you're building bridges for other people that you never see.
That
So
is
you're
really
being
cool.
a
I
bro.
liked that part.
So yeah, it's good stuff.
Cool.
Yep, highly recommend. At least through chapter 3. So,
Cool. Well,
what about you?
Destiny.
Oh shit! Who knew?
Yeah. I've been frantically investing and donating this week. That's all I've been doing. I've been just hopping on. I would, make sure that spiders, raw materials added up. Like one day there was, you could buy whatever was buying at the time, whatever was getting glimmer, you could buy with 1 shard. And then as soon as you did you'd farm the gun bounties by donating 4, you would get most of your shards back. It was a great farm. But then I don't know about you, but the vendors of Spider resets now at reset. He used to reset at like 7 at night Eastern. It's changed. Something's changed. I don't know if it's due to this new bug that they have with the with the currencies, but anyway. That's what I've been doing. I've just been investing. I've been giving into the community event that's been going on. I think I'm at 18,800 power on Resonance now, and I think I've donated about 16,000 fractaline. So yeah, it's getting up there.
Sounds like a lot.
I've been really focused on it, and I know I was listening to our sister podcast, Guardian Hub, and Sin was talking about how all he has left is to run the legendary sundial. Just shout out to Sin whenever you want to run that, dude. If you haven't done it already, please send me an invite, especially if you're on PC, because I need to do that too. And you have to get a team of 6 together. It's not match made, so it's a pain in the ass because you have to get 6 people that know half of what they're doing. And Sin and Kingsley are definitely good at that. And hopefully we can put 6 together to get it done, because I need to get that done and not just survive a regular sundial, and I'll have the title as well, the new savior title. But hey, let's move on, guys. We need to talk about this week at Bungie. All right, this week at Bungie, what do we got, Hazel?
All right, so this week, well, first of all, we do have the Crimson Days still going on until reset, so make sure to get out there. And then after that is going to be actually reset. What they're going to do is they're going to drop Iron Banner again for anybody needing any last minute things, because we have, I think, less than a month left before the next reset, or before the next drop, Season of Dawn. With Season of Dawn, it's a nice segue to an affinity for you, ElmmerFudd.
Just for me?
Just for you, buddy.
Love is in the air.
Girl.
Don't you know it? So anyway, with it, basically what you can do is you can change the elemental affinities on our armor.
That is so great.
Next season. Yeah, so, you know, it's kind of a cool little thing that everybody's been asking for since Armor 2.0 dropped, basically, is where everybody was kind of like, WTF, you know, why can't we do this already? So, you know, they finally got around to doing that, which is pretty cool. Not too long, actually. You know?
Well, yeah, it's like, you know, you get a great piece of armor, has all the stats just the way you want it, and then you look at the affinity and you're like, fuck, I can't even use it for what I want to use it for. So now, I guess it'll cost you an upgrade module to change it over?
Yep, unless it's a higher energy level, and then it'll cost you the total of the upgrade materials necessary to reach that, plus one upgrade module.
Rip if you've masterworked your armor, am I right?
Yeah.
Rip. Yeah.
I still think that's worth it.
Yeah, it sounds like ass, actually. That just, I mean, I don't know. And not a good ass either. But, yeah. That's just a lot to pay, you know?
Well,
because I know that, Gator, you have issues with the currency. I know that you try to keep it, you know, under wraps and things like that. You try to be the positive guy, but since you've been playing now, do you find that you have a plethora of materials? Yeah, plethora.
That's a good word.
Word of the day.
I'll just say this: I only have one set of masterwork armor on each character. That's it. It's too expensive. I mean, I'm not going to run nightmare hunts or what's the super nightfalls now they call it, the ordeals.
The ordeal, yeah.
I'm not going to run a 980 ordeal just to get the ascendant shards I need to masterwork stuff. And exotics, don't get me started. It takes 2 to 3 of those to masterwork exotic armor. It's not even worth.
We weren't going to get you started.
I'm not. It's just it's not worth it. So,
well, okay, not to get you started then, but to get you started, why isn't it worth it to you? Like, I mean, why isn't it worth it to you for you to do the ordeal and the nightmare hunts and things like that?
Because it's a lot of work just to do a simple process, to do something as simple as masterworking armor, which you should be able to do that on a bunch of different builds. You should be able to masterwork. I mean, what's the real benefit of masterworking armor?
It's got a really cool outline on the symbol.
Exactly. Yes.
Honestly, though, that's why I masterwork, is just because it's appealing to me to look at.
Sure. That's why I only have one set.
Doesn't it give you plus 10 stats, though?
Yeah, it does give you a jump in stats, but it's not that great. It's not like it's broken when you masterwork it. It's just you get a little bump in stats across the board, but it's little. If you look at the bar, it's just a little bump. And I don't know. You have to do it on some of these seasonal mods. They're like +7. You have to use 7 slots for some of these mods, and I'm just like, pass. So you asked me a question. It's way too expensive, and how am I supposed to put together certain armor builds when it costs so much just to get to what I want? I think the economy's out of whack right now on armor. I think they're feeling it out, though. I think they're trying to figure out a little sweet spot for it. But right now it's way too expensive. And I know there's probably a lot of people out there like me that just get the stats close enough to what they like and they just don't masterwork it. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next for Season of the Dawn is seasonal mods. Now for this, I'm going to have to pick your brain a little bit here, Gator.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're doing is you're going to be able to use mods released during the season before and after the armor piece was released.
Yeah. What this means basically is if you get the seasonal armor that has the special slot, that has the special emblem for that season. So in other words, you can only use the seasonal mods in that season on that armor. What they're saying now is, okay, now you can use it across all seasons. So if you've unlocked the mod from, say, Season of the Undying, right? You got like Nightmare, Enhanced Nightmare Killer or something. And you can only use it on your Nightmare, on your first season Undying armor that you picked up. If you did, you could only couple it with that. So now what they're saying is you're going to be able to use it on any of the seasonal armor. You're going to be able to use any of the seasonal mods from any of the even the ones that are coming up. They won't even say it. They just say redacted.
Redacted, yeah.
So the next two seasons.
So just to clarify, these are not the mods that were tied to the... Well done.
Thanks.
So these are not counting the mods for your fucking whatchamacallit thing.
Obelisk?
Yeah, no, not the obelisk. The like the what the hell is it? I'm sure that
once you unlock the obelisk seasonal mods, those are yours to keep. Once you spend your money to unlock them.
I'm talking about the ones that are tied to the ornament.
Ornament. The ornaments have nothing to do with mods.
They're not fucking ornaments. Fucking hell.
Ornaments are just dressing.
The one
ornaments,
shit,
dude.
The one shit though, man. The fucking thing that you can upgrade. It gives you +1 to like.
Oh, you're talking about the seasonal artifact.
Artifact, yes.
Yeah,
artifact.
no. Artifact mods are Good question, man. I'm pretty sure the seasonal artifact mods are gone, season to season. You have fun with them. Good luck.
Yeah, I think
for you.
Right.
They're gone.
Okay.
But what they're talking about is now I can use. Say I got a really good piece of Undying armor, but I can
a good piece.
Exactly. But say I only had I could only use it for that season's mods that were attached to it. Now what they're saying is, if you get seasonal armor, which there was no reason to get seasonal armor really, because you can only use it for the mods that came for that season.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're saying, okay, you can use it across all seasons as long as it's seasonal armor, not Iron Banner armor, not anything you get from Crucible or anything like that. Just the seasonal armor. You know, they usually give you a set, and then they give you an ornament set in your season bar, your season pass. That's what they're talking about.
So, can you still earn those mods from like Undying and shit like that, or are they done?
No, they're done. If you didn't play Undying, then those mods you didn't discover them. They're done. You can't get them back. That's why you want to play every season. That's the FOMO I'm talking about. You want to make sure you unlock those mods because then you can use them. A lot of the mods in Season of the Undying were basically, a lot of them were tied to the nightmare hunts. And I don't know about you, but how many nightmare hunts have you done lately?
0.
Exactly.
I'm willing to say 0 too.
I haven't done any. Why? What do I get from a nightmare hunt? Now I'd love to use these. Now you can use these mods in the new dungeon on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Those mods are considered seasonal armor. If you unlock them, you can use them for when you go into the dungeon. But what they're saying now is, okay, say you didn't play Season of the Undying, and you want to jump into the dungeon, you can use any of the seasons if you've unlocked those mods, you can use them across all the world. You can slot them into that last seasonal slot that's on your armor. That special slot that's just for the season.
Yeah.
Now is universal for all the seasons.
I was hoping it was going to be for the artifact. I was like, that'd be broken as fuck, though.
No, there's no way.
That would be amazing, though. Can you imagine that?
Well, that's the first thing I do when a new season comes is let's unlock the artifact. Let's get everything unlocked and see what we can work out here. And I'll be honest, I don't give it a ton of time, but once I find something that's good, like the one they had in Undying, where you could, anytime you did any kind of void damage, it did like damage over time, like a thorn. I love
like
that mod.
Oppressive darkness.
Oppressive darkness. I love that mod, but guess what? It's gone. You can't use it.
Yeah. That shit they should make it so. I mean, that'd be completely and utterly broken. That would be awesome.
There'd be so many broken setups. You know the streamers, man, they would figure it out. This community is really good at figuring shit out really quick.
Truth.
I do not envy Bungie at all. They have a tough task with this. This is a very demanding community, and they have a tough task having to tiptoe between all the different types of players out there, and no one's ever going to be completely happy. So,
yeah.
Yep.
All right. So there is that and that and that. So the last piece here is the little thing called the Empyrean Foundation, which is basically where people are investing. Some people are playing it like the stock market, like, trying to fucking use mathematical formulas and shit like that to figure it out. And then what they're doing is they're investing their hard-earned fractaline into their obelisk, and they're basically just trying to get it to, what's the magic number that we're trying to hit now?
So far, as of this show, we have donated 3,536,099,600 fractaline across the whole community. And our next goal is 6 billion. And that's as of noon today.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was going to say,
we'll have it by noon tomorrow.
Update that.
No, I don't think so, man. I mean, we've done 3 billion over a week and a half, almost.
Sounds about right. That's what I'm saying, dude. You give this community something to grind for, they're on it, dude.
I'm grinding it. But let me tell you, this is I'll give you guys a strategy here. A lot of people are, getting their weekly, if you run the Empyrean mission to unlock it, where it gives you a set amount of fractaline every week, that's what the investing is. The more you invest in the obelisk, you build up the resonance power or the resonance rank. Like right now, I'm at 18,800 resonance rank. That means every week I'm going to get 18,800 fractaline at reset. That's the investing part of what people are talking about. So everyone's saying, well, should I invest or should I donate? I'm doing both, and here's how you can do it. If you buy my books on tape, you too can become an investor like me.
And 3 easy payments of $19.99.
Exactly.
And if you buy now, he will sign them all.
Yes.
Whoa.
With a pen that's
worth
it up his butt.
Buddy.
Where do I buy these?
www. Okay, here yeah, I hear you typing. Here's what you do. First thing you want to do, obviously you want to do the mission, right? You want to get it where you get that last part where you go to the obelisk on the tower and it says, here, click this and you'll get all this fractaline. Don't click that right away, because you have until reset to raise that value.
Yep.
That's called investing. But don't invest fractaline that you've already kept over the, Lano's telling me, why are you collecting all this fractaline? That's the reason why. But don't invest you can invest the fractaline into the obelisk directly, but don't do that. Don't do that. That fractaline is what you want to donate and pick up those time lost bounties, all those weapon bounties. You deposit 400 fractaline, which is 4 times at 100 each, that's the way the UI is. You can only donate 100 at a time. In 4 donations, you've totally maxed out the bounty. So what I do is I'll go in there and pick 4, because you can only pick 4. That's the maximum time lost bounty weapons you get. And I'll pick 4 of a weapon I've been trying to get a god roll on. Pick those first, then donate your 400 fractaline, and boom, they're unlocked. Click it, unlock them. You're getting XP to increase your bar on your seasonal bar if you haven't maxed it out yet. And you get all these weapons with random rolls, and you just go through them. And if it's not what you're looking for, you shard it. You'll get shards, you'll get glimmer, and you get shaders, which if you don't use those, that's extra legendary shards as well, because they're legendary shaders that you get from the obelisk. But what you do what I do on reset, the first thing I do is I go to Spider, and I'll say, okay, what's Glimmer cost? I'll look that first. I'll say, okay, so let's just say, for instance, Glimmer. Let's say Glimmer cost. What's a material out there on the planets? On the
dust-like shards.
Okay, let's say for 20 dust-like shards, you'll get 10,000 Glimmer. That's not a bad deal, especially if you have 12 or 1,500 of them. But what's even better is if you go down the line on Spider's little economy there, and you see that he's also offering Dustlight shards for 1 legendary shard, and I have 3,500 legendary shards right now. There's people who have tens of thousands of them.
Mm-hmm.
You invest the shards into the material. You put your materials into the Glimmer, max your Glimmer to 250, go back to the tower, and then you get a chance to buy these exotic fractaline. I don't even know what they call it. It's like if you look on your obelisk on the tower, there's an exotic fractaline that actually you will raise the bar 1 whole level.
Yeah.
On any obelisk around the planets, on all the planets, and that's how you get your resonance power up. You're doing it by 100 each. So every time you donate one of these exotic fractaline pieces, you're raising your resonance power by 100. And I know there's a lot of people who know exactly what I'm talking about, but for people who haven't played a lot, like you guys, this is how you do it. And so it's just it's just an economy game. And it's kind of like the stock market. You're buying materials, you're swapping them out. But here's the great thing. If you use just those exotic fractaline things from getting your Glimmer, from farming Glimmer with your materials that you've been collecting over all this time, and especially if you can get the materials back with shards, if you got lots of shards to spare, you can see it's a really good cycle. And Quack with barely ADS, I think he has like 54,000 resonance power. I don't
believe it.
That is crazy, man. I don't know. That's a lot of work. But hey, hats off to you, Quack, for doing that, man.
Can you do that for like each character? Is that maybe
no?
What he's
No,
doing,
it's account wide. It's account
wide.
wide. But here's the thing: you can also pick up fractaline bounties, which give you 100 each, the weekly ones, per character. So that's if you go to the obelisk on the tower, there is they list all the weekly bounties, and you can grab those too. And while you're shooting stuff around the world, you can cash those in too and add to your fractaline balance. But every week, depending on your power, your resonance power, how many obelisks you've ranked up, you'll get that now every week. So the number is going to continue to steadily go up. It's just a matter of all these whales like Quack that have all these investments, and he's getting 54,000 fractaline every week. So at some point, getting closer to the end of the season, you're going to have to donate all that fractalines. I'm guessing he's probably got 100,000 fractaline at least right now. So once you donate all that, that's why that number is spiking up. If you look at that graph, it's kind of been steady. And then you look on February 12th, Bungie tweeted, I think DMG and Deej both tweeted, please donate. Well, then you see how it spikes up after that? That's what happened. That was that tweet where they said to donate. And that's what happened. So as soon as the big whales out there that are investing, turn this fractaline in, that bar is going to go, it's going to go almost vertical. It's really going to skyrocket. And that's the reason the numbers are so huge. But I think Bungie has already figured all this out. They figured the economies out. I'm sure they've done all the background work on this. So they're probably timing it and setting those goals to where on the last, maybe week before the last week of the season, we'll open the tower up. And then I'm guessing that trials will be available at the next season.
I don't know. I heard it was a battle royale, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've heard all kinds of things, man.
I heard it's a gun that they're supposed to release last week. I'm just kidding. Too soon.
Oh, shit.
But no, that's my issue, though, with the whole Imperium Foundation. Though.
Hopefully I didn't muddy the water there, and that's easy to understand, but that's basically what everybody's doing.
I dozed off. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. But
we're still doing a show? Hold on.
Bud's like, I'm out. This is too much math. I'm out.
Yeah. Well, no, that's my thing though. Is what happens if we don't hit this?
I think Bungie
we don't get a new a new card or something like that. We don't get lore.
This is the only.
Are they going to withhold trials?
No, No, they've already done the math. Here's the thing. Let's take Quack, for instance. He's got 54,000 a week coming in. There's nothing else he can really do to it than donate. That's the only reason you're investing is so you have all this. See, he's investing now so he can farm a bunch of guns and a bunch of bounties and get a ton of XP at the end. That's what he's probably counting on doing. Or he's getting the 54,000 a week and he's doing like I am. He's farming guns, and then he's at the same time he's raising his glimmer, farming his glimmer through Spider. You mentioned, they even mentioned it in This Week at Bungie that Spider's been really happy lately, his economy, and he's been making a lot of profits lately. That's because we've been all going there trying to get glimmer. Because how long does it take you to get 250,000 glimmer in the world? It's going to take a while. Yeah. I mean, when you're getting 1 or 2 glimmer for shooting 1 dreg, that's a lot of dreg, man. So everybody's going to Spider. I've seen the traffic. Everybody's going to Spider, and they're cashing out materials that they've been hoarding, like me. And if it's set up correctly, where you're using legendary shards, if you've been collecting a lot of legendary shards, it's a cycle. You'll get back a lot of your shards in the end anyway. So that's what the investing is.
But my thing though is like, what's the result? What are we missing out on if we don't hit this?
The data farmers have already figured it out. They've already shown data that's popped up that we're supposed to go and light the tower at the end when it's all done. We'll get our last triumph completed, which is what we're going to need to do to get the savior title that me and Sen are working on right now. Because that's one trip. That's one triumph that will not get completed until we complete the bounty. So there's a bunch of different things that are motivating us to do it. We obviously want trials or whatever incarnation of whatever we're getting next season. We want it to happen. What's really cool though, I like about this, it's some big giant end. It's like some big ramp up to the end. The end of Undying was lackluster. Just some new boss appears in whatever the Vex offensive. And the fight's exactly the same. He's just shooting a different boss, which by the way was super easy to kill. So I think
easier than the other boss.
I didn't even play and I killed it.
Yeah, exactly. You just breathe on it. And it falls over, and you're like, okay, you win. You get an extra gun or something. I'm like, oh, great, thanks. And that was it. That was the end of the season. So I think they've done a lot better this season. I think it's going to ramp up, and everyone's going to take their little trip to the tower, or to the lighthouse, and all of a sudden something's going to open up. Or it may even say stay tuned or for the next season or whatever, but until we complete it, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
All I know is the community, we're a diehard community. We're going to complete it.
Of course.
We'll make sure it
Oh,
gets
absolutely.
done.
Right.
You put a graph or numbers that need to be reached in front of anyone. They're just going to, all right, I have to hit this.
I mean, look at the corridors of time.
Yeah.
People set up their own code. They did some coding. They did spreadsheets trying to figure out this puzzle to unlock the gun. Like you were teasing that we got a week early. But think about it. There was even less at stake there. But look how many people dove in to do it. This community is awesome. I've never seen a community so active for one game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's amazing. I just want to see more like repercussions.
Yeah, fear of losing out. Yeah.
I mean, FOMO to me is not it. I mean, because there's always going to be a new hotness.
Yeah.
Unless if you guys don't reach this number, we're taking Shax out of the game. I hear you.
I want to see repercussions. I do.
So what you're saying is they got a gun to Shax's balls, and they're saying you guys don't complete this. We're going to shoot him.
Hope that gun's me.
And then apparently Marasov comes out and says, "No, those balls are mine."
All right. Well, anything else, Hazel? Anything else? I think that's what we were kind of ending on was the Imperium Foundation. What do you guys think of the ideal trials would be if it came out? I know this is real early, but do you think it should be Trials of the 9? I mean, I don't know how much experience you guys have had with trials, but should it be multi-tiered for everyone to be involved, or should it be just for the top-tier PvP players, like in Destiny 1?
Was skill-based matchmaking like a big thing in Destiny 1?
See, it's real muddy there because in Trials of the 9, it was based on how many wins you had on your card. So it would face you against other teams that had 7 wins or I'm sorry, 6 wins, and we're looking for that 7th. So it was always really ultra sweaty because someone was going to be really unhappy and then someone was going to be ecstatic.
Yeah.
It was really high stakes. And I don't know if I like that idea because I don't know. I'm very mixed on it. Being that everyone did their best to get 6 wins in a row without without losing, to get all the way to that point and then have to play a really sweaty team that did exactly the same thing. A part of me says, yeah, that's going to be an awesome game. Another part of me says, why don't you just make it skill-based matchmaking, where we just match players of other skill types, and at least it'll be, I don't know, maybe there's not so much on the line for both teams, because
yeah,
there can be a lot of hate, man. There was a lot of toxicity.
Because I don't know how, because I remember like in D1 when I'd play, like when I would try, I'm like, all right, first game, it'd be against like, I don't know, some famous PvP, or I'm like, all right,
of course.
Never mind here, even though I've never played before.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if SBMM, if skill-based matchmaking is involved, like, again, it could go either way. It makes it so more people can get into it, but at the same time, like you said, like, that's just going to make it where you get to that 7th match and it's like you're going to be fighting your hardest right there. And I don't know, some people are super into that, but
the adrenaline's definitely going to flow.
Definitely not there. Yeah.
I think right now the Crucible's in a good place for the casual hobbyist players, because you go in to play any Crucible game that has skill-based matchmaking, you're not going to go up against Aztecross. You're going to go up against other players that have as much time in Crucible as you do. And there's a certain floating rank, that some algorithm they come up with that determines who you go up against. And for the people who don't play a lot of Crucible, I think it's a great idea, because they're teaming you up with other people who are in the same position as you, don't have a lot of games in, or maybe they're KDs or kill, assist, and I don't know, whatever that other thing is, KDAA.
Their cadence.
They're KDAA, whatever it's called. I can't think right now. But, maybe people who don't do as well in Crucible, maybe you need a little more training wheels or a little more experience. You're matched up with other people that are like that. At least they try to.
Yeah.
The problem is with skill-based matchmaking is as you start getting up in skill, you're getting punished, because now you're going to be matched up against fewer players, which means you're going to play people from China, from Mexico, from Eastern Europe. You don't know where these players are going to go, and then all of a sudden connection starts to have an issue because it's peer-to-peer. So,
but I think that there's an easier way, and I think it's pretty damn simple. Hopefully it's not too damn simple, though. But what I think they should do is basically they just say that, hey, congratulations, you made it to the lighthouse. You are in tier 1 now.
I like that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And then if I've never made it to the lighthouse, then, hey, congratulations, I'm in tier 0.
Right.
So Gator, he gets his try hard on, and then he's like, hey, I went to the lighthouse 2 times. Now he's in tier 3. So the higher up you go, the pool is limited. And then you can go eventually to connection-based matchmaking, because you're only going to be playing tier 3 people or tier 4 people.
That's a great idea.
Would tier 4 people be able to play with anyone else, though, for like the...
that's...
No, fuck those
carries or whatever.
Okay. I didn't say that, Aztecross, okay?
All right.
Don't at me. You at Hazel, don't at me. Because I feel for them, because I watch some of their streams and they're like sitting there for 25 minutes trying to find a match because of skill-based matchmaking. I mean, they're in the top 1% of players, or quarter of a percent of players, and there's just not many players out there that are like them. I mean, they play. True Vanguard.
Yeah, but at that point, they can afford a comfortable chair. So
yeah, I understand, but when you're running a stream, you gotta keep yourself busy doing something. People aren't gonna sit there and want to watch you floating in space for 25 minutes. But a lot of
I've streamed Star Citizen. People definitely want to watch that.
Well, I guess and a lot of streamers have gotten creative. Like I know Cammy Cakes, what he'll do is he'll pull out this targeting game. It's a targeting trainer, an eye trainer.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
and
he'll so cool.
He'll sit here and start playing it. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty cool game. I'll have to download that. That's probably pretty good to practice. But he'll do.
Absolutely.
I've seen him go and play RuneScape while he's waiting to get into a game. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? He'll have a split screen up where he's playing RuneScape, and you'll see a smaller screen of him floating in space waiting for a match. I totally get I totally get what they're going through. I really do. And I'm kind of in the middle. I think I'm kind of in the middle because it'll take me 10, 15 minutes sometimes to find a match. And I'll match people who have Chinese names above their name and not people I know or can even read their name. But I'm not good enough where I have to worry about that. I still am with a big pool of players. I'm probably right there slap in the middle of the average player. Yeah. But it's great for the people who are just starting out in Crucible, and it's okay for the people who are moving up in the ranks but aren't quite elite players. But it's really bad for the elite players, and I don't know what they're going to do to fix that. And maybe the tier thing is the way to go. That's a great idea.
That's a really good idea.
I mean, they had it where if you got, like, in Trials of the Nines, if you got 3 wins, you can go to the podium, right? You can go get one thing from the lady. If you got 6 wins, was it 4 wins or 5 wins, you can go get another one. And then there was one for Flawless that you'd fall through the center of the tower into the big. That's where you get the real good rewards. I don't know how they're going to do it. I really don't. All I know is the Crucible team has been really quiet.
Yeah,
they talked about how
they've been working on it for a long time.
I think they're on a gag order right now. I don't think they're allowed to say anything about what's coming up, and I think they just want to surprise us.
Mm-hmm. And I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm good with that too. Don't data mine that, please. Just let me figure it out. Let me find out, and then we'll go visit True Vanguard and see what's the best way to get to tier 3. That's what it's all about, man. So
you know our damn community. I mean, shit.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna have that shit data mined like 5 seconds after it drops.
I know, unfortunately, and that unless you just
don't need to data mine it if it's already dropped. This guy.
Ooh, good point.
Semantics.
Yes. Well, hey guys, I appreciate the talk. And anything else, Hazel? Yeah. Anything else we need to mention?
No, I believe that was it.
Good talk, guys. Good talk. I know you guys haven't played a lot, but I wanted your opinions on Trials. And
well, I say, even if we're not playing, like, we're obviously still passionate.
Well, of course,
you want to see the game succeed.
We've all played Destiny from the beginning. We're all rooting for Bungie. We all really are.
Oh yeah.
So
yep.
But all right, good deal. Let's move on. I think we got some Twitter Discord questions coming up. That's gonna be fun.
We do.
We got 500 for FUD.
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. Be right back. All righty, boys and girls. It's that time. Twitter and Discord questions. And boy, we have some great questions for FUD tonight. We sent out a tweet this afternoon and yesterday, and we got some responses there. Hazel, you got a couple from Twitter first to start off?
Yes, sir. We have a question from Lazarich the Lich to Guardian_D_cast and ElmmerFuddGames. You recently walked multiple miles in several feet of snow for work. Just how jacked are your legs anyway? Cool face, heart face, winky face.
It's like a car jack. I could probably lift a minivan.
Wow.
Yeah.
You sexy beast.
Yeah, I know. It's all good. No, they are looking like, since I got this walking route, my legs are looking pretty good. I'm not going to lie to you.
Dude, you must be.
It feels nice to look down and be like, yeah, look at you.
Winning.
Picks or it didn't happen. Next question.
I got you, son.
Oh, don't ever dare him, Hazel. Come on. You know better.
I have no boundaries.
All right. So, money over Mitches to @the_Lazarich, Guardian Downcast, and ElmmerFuddGames again. Follow-up question. How did you find the energy to be my Valentine for Apex Duos?
Oh.
Barely. I mean, he knows because he was there. But we planned to play the Apex. I was going to stream it and everything. The Apex Valentine event. They just put a duos event or game mode in the game, which is awesome. And I got home from work from walking in a lot of feet of snow and whatnot, and I died. Like, I ate dinner and just face planted into bed and woke up like 5 minutes after we said we were going to start playing to a text like, "Are you coming?" I was like, "Oh shit." So like crawled over to the computer all like nap faced, and it was a rough night of gaming because he'd accidentally taken a nap too. So there's two of us all nap faced trying to like competitive shoot, and we're like, "This isn't happening. Let's go to bed."
Nice, dude.
That's great.
All right. I got one here from Drafty, hot off the presses. He just threw this one in here.
Oh, shit.
Was Hazelnut really sick last week, or was he just trying to avoid me? Hazel?
Is that for everybody?
No, that's for you, man.
Oh, shit. Yes, I was sick.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, yes, I was trying to avoid you.
So you can feel free to add a little pause in there.
Okay.
And then just for a dramatic effect.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, put like a lightning strike or something.
I'll put some kind of sound bar, some kind of sound in there.
Yeah. There we go. I can't wait to hear what you do with that.
Oh, boy.
All right. Question from Mr. Fudd.
Oh.
From Uncle Scumdeath. Can you do any magic tricks? I don't know any.
Ooh, I can not think of witty responses if you think of that as a magic trick. I had something really good earlier and I totally forgot it because I read that one earlier. But no, I don't do. I've got my daughter full. I'm doing the whole like I pulled this out of your ear thing to my daughter,
Yeah.
and she thinks it's the coolest thing. But that's not. I don't do it well. But she's 6, so she doesn't notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the whole
I've
taking her
pulled-
thumb off.
Yeah, that
I
was
pulled
just
like entire water bottles out of her ear. And she's like, "Oh my!" Like literally, how are you doing that? Like climbing up the wall. Witch, you witch.
Hail Satan. There you go.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. I got one from Lana here. She goes, since the internet's in a bit of a debate about this, should you recline your seat on an airplane?
Oh, shit. I saw this.
How about you, Fudd? Why don't you start out?
There's so many different things involved. Like if you're on like an overnight flight to like across the ocean, like recline your seat. If the person behind you's reclined, like recline.
Well, I mean, it's not like they're giving you like, it's not like a full recliner. I mean, what are you moving?
Oh,
like
yeah.
4 inches maybe?
If that, but yeah, if you're just flying like 2 hours and you know it's a small space, like you don't need to recline for that. You're fine.
So it's like
You sit through movies.
Yeah. So it's like an
Like,
etiquette thing.
That's not good. There's movie theaters with reclining seats now, so I guess that doesn't work. But you used to sit through movies and be just fine. We sat through Lord of the Rings without reclining. You can handle your flight.
Yeah. Especially if it's just a little jumper flight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. What about you, Hazel?
I don't know. I think if you pay for it, you should be able to do it. I mean, I don't think you should be a dick about it and punch the back of the person's seat.
I mean, I can pay for cocaine, but you know.
Well, there you go, man. But that's, your choice. You don't have to use it. You can,
You think I'm going to
drop it
pay
off
for
on somebody's
cocaine
route.
and not?
I think
Christmas.
I think if we can deal with crying babies on a plane and emotional support animals, I think we can recline our damn seat.
That's a good point.
That's
I like
my
that.
take. I mean, come on. I mean, if it's a 2-hour flight, then yeah, I get your point, Fudd. But if it's anything more than that, I think, damn it, let me have my 4 inches of reclining.
Oh, I wonder where you were going with that.
Please put a positive.
I had to put a pause because I was afraid someone was going to clip that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is from. Okay. Mitchy Slaps, just so everyone knows, was my 100th sub on YouTube. Thank you for that, Mitchy
hell yeah.
Slaps.
Mitch is
Yeah,
incredible.
So he labeled his new name in our Discord as Gators 100th YouTube sub.
Is that before or after you dropped back down to 99?
I know you
had nothing to do with that.
you did, right? Okay. Well, I'm over 100 now, so
Nice, dude.
thanks. Not by much, but a little bit. But yeah, it's just a goal I had, and I thank you very much, people out there, for subbing.
You get
to
your
me.
own URL now, right? Is that how that works?
I think so. I got a message from YouTube. I haven't answered it yet, so I have to look into it. But
you liar.
That's huge, dude.
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. I've had that channel since 2014. I mean, it's been around a long time, and it used to be just to show my friends what I'm up to. Because, you know, once Call of Duty kind of shit the bed, we all kind of went our own separate ways. And I was like, well, I want people to play Destiny, so I'm going to stream some of this or record some of the gameplay and throw it on there. And some of my friends have seen it. Some maybe. I don't know. But anyway, he asked, Mitchy Slaps asked, three separate questions here. I'm just going to ask them all at once. Do you like drinking Baileys from a shoe? Could you learn to love me? And do you love me? I think these are directed at Fudd.
I'm going to go with yes, yes, and yes.
Yes, yes, and hell yes.
Yes, yes, and fuck yes.
Nice.
Mitch is one of my favorite people on the planet. I adore that man.
Funny story. I was playing on Steam, and I get a message. I don't understand the texting messages thing. I can barely get it to pop up. The little
clip that, please.
Dear God, man, he's got 4 inches and
damn it,
barely
popping up.
The text box, you know, it pops up when you want to talk to someone. It's on your friends list.
Yeah, the text box. Yeah,
the text box, and it said, "Why are you not playing PvP?" I'm like, "Who the hell is this guy telling me not to play, not to do what I'm doing?" So I messaged him back. I said, "I'm working on the obelisk, and you're not my dad." So, oh, yeah. It was funnier when I did it at the time.
Guess you had to be there, guys.
You had to be there. You had to see me frantically texting it in.
Oh my God, I love it.
All right, Hazel, what else you got, buddy?
We know what's getting edited there. Grugrux, question for Elmer Fudd. What's it like waking up every day and being so damn sexy? Also, what are you liking about Season 4 of Apex Legends?
Waking up every day. Well, I don't look sexy right when I wake up. I promise you that. I drool a lot, and I have a beard. That is not a good combo. But it feels good, you know, being me every day, and I'm happy to be able to say that, honestly.
34 out of 10. That's our That's our message there.
In one word, legendary. You know. Who am I? Season 4 of it, yeah, I talked a little bit about that earlier, but it feels amazing. I haven't had this much fun in Apex since the game launched. Like, it feels so good right now. Seriously, if you used to play it, it's free. Like, go download it, give it a whirl. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a question Uncle Scumdeath was asking. Do you prefer Destiny or Apex Legends?
Oh shit,
that's a hard question. That's a tough.
That's a hard question. Well, obviously, right now I'm going to say Apex because that's what I'm playing. But
sure.
I don't know. They're two completely different games, so it's kind of whatever you're in the mode for.
Yeah.
It's like saying, do you want to, stab yourself in the left testicle or eat a grape? Like, it depends on your mood.
Very true.
Sometimes you just want to stab yourself in the testicle. Let's move on.
Yes, please. Okay, I got one from Latin here, and I think this was meant for last week, and Hazel wasn't here. But Drafty was here, and now Drafty's not here, and Hazel's here, so you'll have to answer for both you guys. Question for Hazel and Drafty. At what point during the first raid you guys helped me through did you regret replying to my message?
Never. I know Drafty replied to, but no, I never. The raids that I've done, like I've talked about, doing King's Fall raid for 3 hours and spending 2.5 of those hours at the ships. That was, when it gets to that point, everything else is gravy. So, and besides, I would have never gotten to hear Stu and his dynamite drop in of when Latin was trying to jump across the washing machine in Leviathan.
Mm-hmm.
And Stu's like, hey, I'm going to go get a sandwich. And he's like, he waited a second. He's like, and by waiting or by going to get a sandwich, I'm actually going to go get in my car, drive and get a sandwich and come back and we'll still be here. So, yeah. But no, I definitely, did not regret anything about that.
Very cool. One from Kingsley Mack here. Question for Elmer. When are you going to visit Utah again? That's where Kingsley Mack is from, by the way.
I was just there this last weekend, and it was hell.
Oops.
But I do need to come out there and see you.
Hey, you guys probably aren't too far away from each other.
I think we're it's like a 9-hour drive between us.
Yeah, that could be, You have to make that a day trip.
Yeah, but he's worth it.
He's a nice guy.
When are you coming to Colorado again? That's my question.
There you go.
Ooh.
Jeez, trying to put it all on me. This guy.
All right, Hazel, what do you got?
All right. Uncle Scumdeath. Have you ever had a road rage incident?
Oh my God, yes.
I had
road
one
rage is
the
legendary.
day. Yeah, I had one the day that he posted this question.
Really? I used to be really bad. I mean, I live in Florida. I mean, go figure. You have everybody down here driving, and you got blue hairs that don't know what the hell state they're in. You got people from Mexico who are used to bumping people's bumpers all the time, and it's kind of normal. Or follow too closely. You got people from New Jersey and New York that are used to getting a little bump and scrape or yelling out their window at you, honking their horn incessantly. You got teenagers who should have their own highway, by the way. You know, like one of the comedians said one time, lined with tires and old mattresses. And you can't help but get overcome with rage, especially when it's passive-aggressive people that try to brake check you and stuff. That's just bad. It's just bad. And you know what? I've seen a lot of accidents in real life where people died, and I just figured, you know what? I think a switch just flipped off. And don't get me wrong, I still have my days, but I'm just like, gotta let it go, man. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Lana has another one for us. It is, do you get on the elevator before people get off, or do you get in after they get off? That makes sense, right?
After they get off.
Yeah.
I'm very adamant about that.
After.
I've taught my kids that and everything.
Who's the douchebag that's pushing people out of the way when they're trying to get in the elevator?
A
People
lot of
trying to get
people.
out. Really?
Oh my! I run into it all the time. I'm like, are you serious right now?
Oh my God.
You realize the elevator doesn't leave until these guys are off anyway. Like, really?
That's exactly my thinking. I'm like, okay, let's let them get off, and that makes more room for me, right?
But some people are so important, and they need to get there right now. It's their world, and we're just privileged enough to live in it.
Wow, that's kind of a no-brainer. Oh well.
Yeah. Etiquette.
You'd think.
But then again, this is coming from Lana of all people, so candy bars versus chocolate bars.
Yes, exactly. That Canadian sensibilities. I don't know.
Figure it out,
Yeah. All right, Hazel. What else we got? Get a few more here.
All right. Oh, okay. I'll just go with this one. This is from somebody named Hazelnut.
Oh God.
And is it weird that my nipples are hard at ElmmerFudd?
I'm going to go with no.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
No.
Whoever you are, thank you for asking that question.
It's not awkward at all.
And if you happen to listen to this episode, go ahead and hit me with your digits. It's fine. Whoever you are.
I think he's already in your DMs.
Oh, shit. Checking now.
All right, I got one from Uncle Scumdeath. When I was a kid, American football was huge in England, and my team was the Pittsburgh Steelers. Have you ever supported an overseas sports team? Anybody?
Maybe it's, I don't know. Not like enough that it's like memorable right now, but I've definitely like enjoyed watching some, like other places play soccer way better than we do. And
like the world.
Rugby. Yeah. But I've never been like so into another team that like it's memorable, but I mean, probably. I watched Shaolin Soccer, and that was a really good movie.
For me, I mean, I'm not really like, I mean, well, I guess it's a sport, But I've had a brief flirtation with F1 racing.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So for me, I mean, there's no Americans in there really. So, but for me, it was watching like Michael Schumacher and Juan Pablo Montoya going back and forth, or at least Juan Pablo Montoya trying to beat Michael Schumacher, but that never happened. So what did eventually, but yeah.
That's a no for me, dog. I'm very limited on sports I watch anyway. I watch football and I watch American football and occasionally some baseball. I'm too busy gaming and watching movies. That's all I do. So, you got another one there? I think there are a couple more out there. Let's do a couple more. Hazel?
Okay. So, Gator's 100th YouTube sub. You're making a new Apex Legend. The legend gets to pick. And choose their passive, active, and ult from existing legends. What do you pick? Do you choose?
Damn, I wish I'd read that one in advance. Yikes.
Jeez, I don't know enough about. I mean, I know a little bit.
Oh God! All right,
I'm pretty sure this one's not to us.
I'm guessing it's not to us. Yeah.
God, who has the best passive? That tells you it's actually pretty balanced if this is a hard question.
Right.
Because Octane's passive, where he heals slowly over time, is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But Wraith's ability to just know when someone's looking at her, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. It'd be between one of those two, I think.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with Wraith's ability to know when people are looking at her, because that's the hardest, is being able to know when people are watching you. So that is a passive. Let's see her Q ability. Or tactical. Who's the best tactical? Yikes. That's so hard. This is a really hard question.
Must be a really balanced game. That's good.
Yeah. Who has the best Q? Oh boy. Okay, so you know when someone's looking at you. We're gonna go passive. You know when someone's looking at you. I'm gonna go with Pathfinder's. Oh, Pathfinder's grapple is the best Q, because you can zoom around everywhere super fast. Mm-hmm. So you know people are looking at you, you can get to people fast. And your ultimate, I'm gonna go with ultimate. Let's go with Mirage's ultimate, because now they fixed it so he sends out like a ring of mirages of himself, and then he turns invisible and runs faster for like 8 seconds, or like 5 seconds. So you can just sneak around somewhere. So yeah, so you know when people are looking at you, you can grapple place, and then you can bug out of somewhere super fast being invisible. I'm gonna go with that.
Nice.
I like Mirage. That's one of my
legend.
favorites. Yeah. That's one character I've definitely had some experience playing, but I don't know enough about super abilities and stuff in that game anymore.
Wraithfinderage is the name of my legend.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, moving along. I've got one from Chubby Wizard. Question for the show. Did you guys enjoy factions when they actually meant something in Destiny? And which faction did you join? Thanks. Love the show.
Ooh, absolutely love factions and Future War Cult.
I miss factions.
I loved factions.
Yep, I loved them too. I was Dead Orbit.
How do I answer this without alienating everybody? I played all of them. I would do one. I had 3 characters. I would go in and do Dead Orbit with one. I would run in and do Future War Cult with another. And then on my 3rd character, I would go do what's the one down at the other end?
New Monarchy.
New Monarchy. Thank you. Yeah, because they all had great weapons. Like I still remember the Maxim sniper rifle from New Monarchy that I still have. That was a great gun, man.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure he means in D1.
Oh, okay.
Because factions didn't really mean much in D2.
Sorry, yeah. Okay. It for me, I would go to all the factions for the week, and I would look and see what gun I wanted. Usually was either a auto rifle or a pulse rifle or a fusion rifle, and I would see which one had the best rolls for the week, and that's the week that I would join that faction. But I was not loyal to any one faction.
Yeah, and D1.
He's not loyal. Well, as long as you know that.
Unless you have 4 inches.
Yeah. But he can't get it up.
That's true. Unless it pops up.
Yeah.
Just.
This is your life now.
I'm getting beat the hell up tonight.
You're welcome.
All right. One more, Hazel, and you pick it.
Oh, good Lord. All right. I'm afraid to pick that one just because my wife listens.
You have to ask it sooner or later.
I'm really curious.
Ask the one at the bottom. Let's do that one.
No, I'll just ask that one that I hinted at before.
Yes.
So this is...
Shit.
What?
Go ahead. No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Uncle Scumdeath.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm home alone, I like to do housework. My favorite housework activity is mopping floors. What is your favorite household activity?
Sex.
Is that a chore? Wow.
It can be.
Where's Mrs. Fudd? I need to speak to her a second.
There's days when you're tired and you're like, all right.
All right, if you insist. Okay.
If you want.
Give me 15 minutes. I'll be right back. I get an easy answer for this. I'm curious to see what you have to say here, Hazel. Mrs. Hazelnut, pay attention.
I like doing dishes.
Yeah.
I get to put in my headphones and just fucking listen to something and then just bust out some dishes and that kind of thing. That, and I'm also a perfectionist. So, yeah.
Nice. I have a full routine. I mean, it's just me and my wife now in the house. We're empty nesters now. Not this summer, but right now we are. Here's the deal. My wife picks up the dog poop when we walk the dogs, puts them in the nice little baggies, and throws them in the garbage. I have to do the dishes and load the dishwasher. That's my trade. She cleans all the toilets and bathrooms and mops, and I love to vacuum. Looking at you, Admiral Nips. I love the
I do like to vacuum.
Vacuuming's so
it's
fun.
Satisfying.
It is. You're covering areas and cleaning, and you're getting something done. At least you're going somewhere, Yeah, that's the way I feel anyway. Well, hey,
I can see that.
Great questions, everybody. If we didn't answer your question this week, don't worry. They're not going anywhere. We will definitely get to them next week. Thank you, Mr. Fudd, for answering those questions from us.
Absolutely.
Our community. We always.
I love everybody.
We're they never disappoint. That's for sure. Finally, let's move on to our Spotify playlist. It's a little sprinkling of what the three of us here like to listen to. And we each are picking 2 songs each tonight. And just keep in mind that our Spotify playlist is now on iTunes as well. So just search for Guardian Downcast playlist, and you'll find it there. We'll of course have all the links and stuff in place. Mr. Fudd, what were your
That's
picks?
me.
What were your picks for tonight, sir?
So I went with a song for me and a song that makes me think of you guys.
Oh, I love it.
Oh.
Yeah. So my first pick is a little song called Sunshine by Flight Facilities featuring the one Reggie Watts. If anyone doesn't know who Reggie Watts is, he is a musical genius / comedian. I think he's on one of the late shows now as the music guy over there.
Really?
But yeah, if you've never checked out some of his stuff, it's incredible and hilarious. But yeah, so he was a part of it. This is one of my favorite morning songs. I mean, it's Sunshine, but one of my morning songs, when I'm going to work or getting prepped to do something. It's just a really fun, catchy song.
Okay.
So definitely check that out.
Good to know.
And check out Reggie Watts while you're at it. The dude's fucking hilarious and just brilliant.
Just Google him.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll figure out where he's at.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
And then the song that made me think about you guys, it is Valentine's Day, or today for those of you that are on the East Coast.
Yep.
And so I went with Extreme More Than Words.
Great song.
Great song.
Yeah. It brought a tear to my eye thinking about you guys.
Oh.
I totally forgot about that group. That's a great group.
It's a great group, man.
Yeah.
Do you want to, or was it the song called Do You Want to Play? One of the best like hair metal songs ever.
Yeah, and they're good.
Stupid catchy.
Damn guitars were awesome.
Oh, insane.
Insane. I mean, best guitar work I've heard in a while.
The hair, come on.
Yeah. It was the 90s, you know. What about you, Hazel? What'd you pick this week, man?
So for me, I kind of, went with some weird kind of love songs for Valentine's Day. And they're like, one of them is an instant time machine. I'm going to say it, and then it's immediately going to transport you back, unless you're like Skull, who wasn't born yet. But it's Bush, Glycerine.
Yeah, I definitely transported. That's a great song.
Yeah, you just like listen to it, you just go, oh, wow. And so I was playing that tonight just because I was, just trying to find a good song. I know, last minute, Hazelnut again. And then aside from that, I went with Broken by Seether.
Oh, nice.
My wife hates that group because they always talk about, Wings of an Angel and talking about guys cheating on girls, and she's like, I don't like that group. Put on something else. I'm like, I like Seether.
What?
I'll have to edit that out. My wife will kill me.
Yeah.
She will totally fry me for that.
Let's make a note.
Yes.
And then real quick note, like the songs that I picked last week were basically songs that I work out to. So,
yeah, I'm sorry I didn't have any context.
Yeah.
I tried, man.
No, you're good. You're good.
What were those two songs again? I believe It's Raining Men and Let's Get It On. Is that right?
I thought it was YMCA. He talked about working out.
It's actually, I picked 3 songs, and those were the 3 that I picked. Yes, exactly. And man, I feel like a woman. That's a different version as well.
Dude, there's nothing like a stair stepper. Go, it's just, yeah, I hear you, dude.
Oh, you guys, unbelievable. Well, I kind of got a little nostalgic this week. My first pick was from her 2007 album, Hope and Glory. It's Ann Wilson with her rendition of John Lennon's song Isolation.
Nice.
I'm a big Heart fan. I love Barracuda. That's such an awesome song. And this was her solo career, and it was just as good. I mean, it's Ann Wilson. Great talent. So listen to that one. There was a live version, but I like the studio version better. It's much more quiet. You'll really like it when you listen to it. My second pick is from their 1997 self-titled album. It's Days of the New with Shelf in the Room. I know it sounds like a weird song, right? But it is back in the grunge times, when metal was just awesome. It was just such good songs back then, and this was one of my favorite songs. It was on my playlist, so it's a 90s band, but listen to it. You'll really like it. So, guys, I think we're done. I think we completed a podcast tonight.
I think you're right.
Man, I Fudd, you're always I'm always looking so forward to when you come on the show.
Dude,
Thank you.
I'd be here all the time if I could.
Thank you, dude.
Just ask. I fucking love this.
Thank you, man. It is so much fun when you're on the show. It really is. I'm no offense to Hazel. Hazel he's great too, but it's just
fine. Okay. Just call me chopped liver.
That sounded forced.
Sorry. No,
34 out of 10. What can I say?
I mean, we've had Boost on. We've had a lot. We've had a lot of great guests on in the past, but you're one of my favorites, dude. So.
Eat your heart out, Boost.
Sorry, Boost. Where can people reach you out there?
You can find me watching the animated series of Batman because it's incredible.
Oh, damn.
I'm ElmmerFudd. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch and YouTube. ElmmerFuddGames. MMD. And the show still exists and everything. You can go to justsomegardens.com for all the information there. And if we somehow pull together an episode sometime, which we might do, it'll show up there. So go check that out.
Very cool. Hazel?
I missed that outro, by the way.
It's going to be back. I've got that fully recorded. It will definitely be in the outros tonight. In this show.
Which outro? What?
Double M, double D.
Double M, double D. Yeah.
I missed that. I really do.
Aw.
Yeah.
All right. Hazelnut, y'all know it. HAZELNT, everywhere.
Everywhere and anywhere.
I'm not those guys.
Okay. Sorry. Don't at me. Sorry. You can contact me via the Twitter at Todd the Gator. You can also find me on YouTube, Steam, and PS4. GATR_ in between. Gator space GDC on Xbox. Stop by my YouTube channel if you like. I post gameplay vids of Destiny mainly. Just a little bit of everything. There's a little Battlefield in there too, maybe. Like I said, opened the account in 2014, so it goes way back. Thank you, by the way. I am over the 100 mark on subs. So those of you out there who came together and helped a brother out, thank you very much. I'm very humbled that you guys responded. You can find our podcast, by the way, on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher. Podcast Addict is the latest one I've been looking up. Anywhere you can get podcasts, you'll find us. You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast for any show questions or whatever you want to talk to us about. We have a fantastic Discord as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast. And as always, I'll post a permanent invite link in the show notes. Please join us if you have any input on show ideas, segments, anything like that. And our community there is just awesome. You can see all the great questions they ask every week. Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Don't forget the underscore.
4 inches.
Can't get it up.
Yeah, well, guess what? I have a message to you from Mrs. Hazelnut. She was listening to the episode, and she's like listening to the intro, and she's like, "What the fuck is this?" And she starts flicking the phone off. And I'm like, it's not just me.
I love it.
It's like 108 here in June.
I
and
bet.
then it's like 99% humidity.
Hey, bub. I've been in Indiana in the middle of July. I know even 90 degrees up there feels like 80 in Florida.
You just got bubbed.
You just got bubbed.
Damn, son.
All right, Wolverine. So
our lawns never go dormant. They're always growing
that
down
sounds
here.
sexy.
It is. It's always growing here. I mowed the grass last week. Crazy.
I like mowing the grass.
I do too. I'm a big fan. Big fan.
Go on.
It's my hobby. I love mowing.
You're my favorite person.
What are we talking about?
Mowing grass.
Yeah, duh.
Don't let
push mower. Or,
don't let the missus listen to this part of the show.
Is it a pole start or?
Aren't they all? Wait a minute. What are we talking about?
Do you ever strangers start the mower?
I don't know, man. Oh shit.
Do you sit on your hand for?
Oh shit.
Some people are going to have to Google that to understand that one.
Yeah, it's off the rails, man.
God, I miss 5:30 Norm.